There's a bodyguard, vampires, werewolves, a mentalist, a hoodlum tanner that has 2 parts. So you have to choose 2 people to die before the tanner can win, and then villagers and an unknown number are cursed. So that being said, and we'll do 3 nominations to make it easy. I'm not gonna have a timer. I'll just take so long. And if y'all remembered your numbers, that's what I'm gonna call. So first off, I'm gonna start with 22. 22, wake on up. Slave. Think you can go to sleep. 33, wake on up. Seeing this meanie. Thank you, 33, you can go to sleep. 44, wake on up. You can go back to sleep. 55, wake on up. You can go back to sleep. And last but not least, sorry, I got everybody. Got to do that. Number 11. Thank you, 11. You can go back to sleep. Clarify, nobody acted last night. First one is just finding out if they're on teams or not.
Are you sure Josh didn't die day 1?
Day 1 is now, so he can
Night
die.
0, sorry.
Wait,
Yeah,
you said
there's
no
still a
one acted? Does
possibility.
that include the mentalist?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, nobody acted. Everybody just woke up.
Wait, but what about the tanner? Wouldn't they have
I mean, they're the
chosen-
only ones that slept through the 2 people. But
Okay.
I don't consider that as like acting or doing it.
So
I mean,
there's 4 teams. The mentalist is gonna either get people on different teams or 2 people on the same team, which could be bad teams.
I mean,
I
there are
think
only
it's not
2 bad.
the most helpful role, maybe.
I mean, if they get a thumbs up, I almost feel like we need to kill one of those people to find out if they're both werewolves or both vampires.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do this.
Well, but wouldn't it be okay? So I'm just trying to think through things. It's more than likely they're both villagers, right? Because
No, there's like
how many of
3. If
Nine?
there's 2 werewolves and 2 vampires, then
Yeah,
there's
I don't know.
3
Yeah.
I don't think there's that many because they can both
Yeah.
kill. So I think actually there
Yeah.
might be only one of each.
What if
Oh,
One
no,
of each, and then the hoodlum, and then
And-
the mentalist.
No, I think
then the
2 werewolves
bodyguard.
because the werewolves cannot kill vampires, but the vampire could kill werewolf. That's why I think it's 2 werewolves.
So you don't think it's 2 vampires?
No,
But there's
2
also
vampires would be too
cursed.
strong.
Okay.
2 vampires would be too strong.
Jugan,
So then
what's
4
the
villagers or 5 villagers?
what's the win conditions for the wolves? Do all the vampires have to be dead and parody, or just parody?
Vampires have to be dead in parody because they can't kill a vampire.
And
Yeah.
vampires the same, wolves dead and parody. Is
Yeah.
that their win condition?
Yeah.
Okay.
And does
Vampire.
the cursed only turn into a werewolf, not into a
No,
vampire?
both.
Either
Both.
one.
Both.
Yeah.
If the curse gets picked, is it like by the vampire? Is it when the poison runs out, or is it like immediately?
The poison, that's their kill ability, is poison.
Yeah, but do they turn when the timer is up, or is it just kind of an immediate thing?
It's an immediate thing.
Okay.
Turn?
Yeah, so we have
Yeah, vampires can turn curse.
two
Oh,
werewolves,
they can be cursed.
1 vampire, 1 tanner. So that's 4 roles we definitely do not like. Then 1 cursed, so probably 5 people we don't like.
So 4 that are good.
This is
Great.
unhappy village.
you're so adamant that there's 2 werewolves, Lucas. Who is your werewolf partner?
Luciana's camera's off.
I just don't think there is only 1 werewolf because werewolves are actually poor in this game.
But why wouldn't there be two
Not as
vampires
poor as the
too
villagers.
then? That's
Yeah,
like,
true.
I don't understand.
Yeah,
like,
because the
somewhere-
vampires can only be killed by the villagers. That's why I
Oh,
think it's
okay.
only one. But yeah, I'm pretty adamant it's two werewolves. One each, I think, would be too strong for the village.
Is it possible
Really?
to have more than one cursed? Or Jugan, did you just say one
He
cursed?
said
or an
specifically
unknown?
one.
Okay.
I said undetermined.
Quickly one
Oh.
earlier.
Undetermined.
Unknown
I changed it
number,
to undetermined.
There's
Okay.
one.
Well, if it's more than one curse, then it could be 1-1.
So nobody come out as plain villager because.
Yeah, you would be a target.
Yeah.
That was the idea.
There's 4 villagers in the game, but they're all cursed. So it's just
Villagers,
whoever finds them first.
just defend yourself that you're not a villager. You're just something bad,
I'm a-
not bad for the village.
Oh, I don't think I said
roller.
this, but a bodyguard protects against vampires and werewolves. So I don't know if I said that.
Okay.
Also against turning.
Yes, I'm not Joseph.
That's good.
That's relieving because.
It's a
Victoria,
little
are you
bit of
drinking blood?
a break he gives us.
Victoria, what liquid was in that glass you just drank? It looked like blood.
Yeah,
Are you a vampire?
yeah.
I mean, look at those teeth. Oh my god.
I'm waiting for some human flesh.
I heard werewolf flesh tastes better than human flesh.
No, you bite their neck.
Yeah, but you drink their blood if you're a vampire.
Yeah, but you bite their flesh.
Are these Salem's Lot vampires? Or are they just like?
I don't feel like this is helpful to our game.
Say
Well, I'm gonna use
Luciana
the
and
timer.
Andreas, Barbie, you guys might want like a scarf or something. You have a lot of neck showing, so they may be coming after you.
I hope
I haven't
not.
showered in a week. They will not come anywhere
Oh,
near.
okay.
Fact
Did you
about
just get home
vampires,
from practice?
the history of vampires actually overlaps an awful lot with LGBT stuff, and so
Oh, really?
it's why a lot of sexualizing of vampires, specifically say 60s, 70s, and 80s in certain films, means that they don't bite the neck; they bite the breasts and other areas. It's because, in the 19th century, an awful lot of vampires were kind of presented almost as lesbians. I mean, it's a really fascinating thing if you go down there, but yeah. Vampires are technically queer.
So what do you prefer, Flick?
I mean,
Which
I feel
areas do you prefer?
I feel like if you're going to get bitten by a vampire, and vampires have this kind of romanticized history behind them, it might as well be by something that you're attracted to. So, but yeah, no, actually, 19th century sort of depictions of it, when we talk about queer coding and stuff like that within movies and texts, a lot of vampires were queer coded to be LGBT.
So all us unattractive people are safe for this game.
Yes.
That's very good.
What
I'm
I'm
happy.
not saying
Let's kill the
is
pretty
that
ones
vampires
first.
may not be immune to it.
I guess
Could be
Luciana, I
any
have
other
to
body
nominate
part.
you.
Wrists are also.
I was gonna say no. Let's not kill Lucas.
Oh, that's disgusting. I nominate
Yeah,
you.
actually, yeah. Now we are targets. Thank you, Lucia.
Okay.
I think that the hoodlum probably would have picked Flick in my mind. So I feel like we should probably not kill Flick early.
Actually, she made
Just
it
a thought.
awfully far the other games.
3
Yeah,
minutes.
but
Or for her.
really don't.
standards.
I get either early or middle. I think I've got to the end once, and I've never been a huge fan of the end because I hit the pressure. But I would like to make it further than say start middle, say 75% of the way. I think I'd be satisfied. There's less pressure
I've ever
then.
heard someone request when they're going to die. Actually,
I would agree with that. That's my favorite exit point too, because then people aren't gonna yell at me anymore. So that's the perfect way to go.
I mean, the people who are saying they went like 75% of the way and then they're gone, that tells me they're probably a high likelihood for the Hoodlum Tanner. 75 after the other two people have already died. Am I right?
I just feel like if I were to choose people as the hoodlum, I probably would have chosen people between Cody, Josh, and Flick. So
Wow.
sorry,
Cody,
Cody.
how did you do?
I love you. No, strategically, I would. Yeah. I'm
Strategically,
sorry.
you have always to choose Adam because there's always a chance that his internet will kill him. It can happen at any
Very
point.
true.
But yeah, Josh, I think you're a very likely target since you started this game by saying, I always die day one.
Yeah, I'm.
Well,
I
he
know.
hasn't posted the list of roles though, so he
So,
might be
so
safe.
Josh, come out with your role. You're guaranteed to be safe. You know, nobody's going to kill you because we're afraid the hoodlum put you on their list. So just come out with your role.
Yeah, we might not believe you, but you're still safe.
Day one, he comes out, we don't believe him.
I'm a regular villager.
Oh, he's cursed.
That's such.
I'm sorry, Josh. I'm sorry. You just said you're cursed.
Wait, so who's the fourth team again? Oh, okay.
Tenna,
No.
Vampire, Werewolves, and us.
Oh, we have a minute left.
That would have been awesome, Lucas, if you would have said villagers, werewolves, Tanner, and us.
I mean, we should nominate at least someone, I think. We don't have to kill, but one of us should be nominated, I guess. To get some pressure, like Josh always says.
I think we probably should kill. There's so many bad people in this village that the
Yeah,
chance
we're
to get someone bad
probably-
is higher than someone good.
That I
Yeah.
agree.
I-
I feel like it's much more likely to kill someone bad at this point.
Yeah.
Well, Andreas, are you
Especially
volunteering to be killed?
No, and I already nominated Luciana. Just didn't record.
Oh,
I
really
didn't hear that.
this.
I guess people are
I
talking over you.
did.
Well, I nominate Luciana because we have 10 seconds on the clock.
I got one for Luciano. Do I have a second?
I'll second just to get a vote.
Alrighty. So, Andreas, you want to give your reasoning?
I don't have like any big read on anyone, but we had like 4 seconds now on the clock, so I thought just nominate someone to give like a little chat, maybe disclose something. And she was just too cute to Lucas, and I don't like that. I like people being happy.
I'm so sorry.
Defend yourself, Luciana.
Yeah, I'm just a regular villager, just the same as
Next
Josh. But I was gonna say Cody is a bit quieter than usual. I remember the Pokemon game. I don't want to. I mean, we don't have to repeat that, Cody, but you were a bit more talkative in the Pokemon game from the beginning. Now you are just a bit quieter. That's all I noticed.
Ready. Anybody want to ask questions? I didn't even start the timer for that. Any questions?
Who
All
are you
right.
going
Yep,
to choose,
any-
Luciana?
What
In
do
the
you
night.
mean
Who-
choose?
In the night, who are you going to choose?
Oh, I don't wake up at night.
All right. You can abstain from voting too. You don't have to vote, but we're voting on Luciana's life. Still have about five seconds, and then we'll start a tribunal at the end. 3, 2, 1. That's enough to kill. Am I counting that right? Yeah. Enough to kill, but Luciana, do not turn off your camera. You are now part of Death Council 1. So go ahead and relabel your name to Death Council 1. I'll explain that when we get 3 members. So you'll stick around, you'll close your eyes at night, you won't do anything, but everybody gets to look at your pretty face and be upset that they killed you.
Do we learn what she was?
She's on the villager team. Yeah, since we have so many teams, I'm not going to say plain villager. I'm going to just say villager team. Alrighty. After our first brutal day of killing people. All right, let me get 22 to wake up. 22. Thank you, 22. You can go to sleep. 33. 33. Thank you, 33. Go to sleep. Forty-four. Wake on up. You. 44. Go to sleep. 55. Wake on up. Everybody wakes up, comes down to breakfast. It's a swell morning because nobody has died. Day is yours.
You can
So
put Luciana at the bottom so that she's not like in the middle.
Sure.
I don't think you can speak. You're
I don't
deaf.
think-
Can't speak.
Yeah, I don't
I'd
think
like
we
to
can have
publicly
it.
apologize to Luciana. I believed she was a villager, but the threat of tribunal was too much and it overcame me, so I had to vote down.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know why me, Victoria.
Wait, there was
and
a
Adam voted
tribunal
down
option?
Yeah.
Yes.
If the time
We
runs
have
out
5
and nobody
seconds
kills
and then it would
anybody,
be a
we'll do a tribunal.
Oh, I thought you
Um,
heard
The
that.
reason I voted down. I'm sorry, Luciana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we rewind here for a second? Nobody died. I'm assuming
Yes.
that means the curse has turned.
It's three possibilities. The werewolves either target the vampire, the bodyguard, so the person who the bodyguard protected, or the cursed. Yeah. So three possibilities.
I feel like it's most likely vampire or cursed.
Well,
Yeah, I think it's a vampire.
vampire.
I think it's
Their
the least.
ability doesn't trigger right away. It's a dice roll for
Yeah.
poison, so they might not die till tomorrow, even though the vampires picked them last.
I hope the vampires had bad luck in his force of 4.
So, Werewolf, who did you target last night? They're probably a vampire. We'll just kill him right now.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Just whisper the name without us looking at your mouth
That's right.
in a very squeaky voice. It's okay.
So I think the mentalist should come out with the information.
Can I just ask? I mean, it may end up getting me killed. Josh, you just looked a little. There was like this tiny, like I just happened to be looking your way, but you had this nice blank face, and then there was this little moment of like a twitch of a smile when we were talking about what happened last night, and I'm just wondering.
Is what Adam just said was hilarious. I mean, I do it too. You know, like you're funny and like, oh, werewolf come out for whatever reason, and like it never works. It's never going to work, but it's fun. So yeah, that brought a little chuckle to my face.
I mean more just the because it looked like you were trying to not kind of laugh, and then there was just this. Sorry, I've been watching way too much body language stuff on YouTube recently, so like I now notice these little things. And I spotted it and I was like, could it be an unconscious tell?
The duper smile? Is that what you're referring to?
It's some guy, he starts with like, he opens things with like, hello, is it observe or something? Hello, idiots or something? I don't know. He does like all the big interviews of like people and he breaks it down, and whether or not body language is a thing, I watch too much of it now. So I spotted that and I just thought
You may be reading into things a little bit too much. I'm sorry that I'm not going to do a big belly laugh on like something funny.
Or you took a night action and you did that with, you're one of them.
I forgot that you guys were still watching me, but I just want to mention, ever since Flick said the twitch of the smile, I've been practicing twitching my face just to look at it. So that's if you watch me do it over and over again, it wasn't anything. I was just watching myself.
like hours before this, they did one on Dr. Phil, and they did like this zoom in, and they're all like talking about the baseline and how one half of the smile was slightly up. Like it's, yeah.
So does anyone else think the mentalist should come out because the bodyguard can protect
Yeah,
him
I
or
agree
her
with
at
you,
least
Lucas. So
one night?
I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I checked Cody and Andreas last night, and they are on different teams because I agree that Cody is being quite quiet, and Andreas nominated Luciana. She turned out to be a villager, so I thought like I would see and beat the bush about that, and I didn't feel like anybody was like I wasn't sure that anybody was a villager when we went to bed last night. So
Cody.
I have been pretty quiet. I sometimes like am quiet. It happens. I have been playing differently though. I do admit to that. My suspicions were, and I didn't really say them yesterday because there was a lot of talk going on, and we learned the history of vampires, and it was interesting stuff. But I did have some sus on Flick because of that, because of the history of vampires. Andreas was a little on my list for a vampire. You were on my list, Barbie, but you've come out now as the mentalist. So, but yeah, there's so many teams though. It's really hard to like narrow down who's being suspicious because they're a vampire or a werewolf or a hoodlum tanner, or maybe they're a villager who just doesn't want to.
Do you just have a vampire list? Like you're only worried about vampires?
No, I don't really know, Josh. The smile thing that Flick pointed out, maybe. I don't know. I really don't have a lot of thoughts right now. Like these are just my initial sus. This village feels pretty quiet now that I'm center of the floor. So obviously now
I mean, it's a question between you and Andreas now, Cody. So I think you two should do your cases because I don't think anyone else matters today.
I was going to say that we should probably not kill whoever Andreas tells to kill next, just because of the hoodlum tanner thing.
I mean, I'm definitely not.
I forgot about the hoodlum tanner there for a
and
moment.
I wouldn't have chosen Luciana and Cody for that. As I said, I would have chosen Adam because there's always the chance of self-ejection, and probably Josh because he just likes to die early.
He just loves it.
So
He just loves it.
check in Andreas, Barbie. Did you check anyone else?
No, I didn't get to act on
You
the
couldn't have,
night zero, so
Oh,
I had stuff written down, but I didn't get to show it.
Oh,
Yeah, Jugan said she didn't.
oh,
Or
okay.
said the mentalist didn't.
Fair. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
The problem is, even if we say kill Cody and he is a werewolf, that doesn't clear Andreas.
No, it
No,
doesn't.
definitely not. No.
What
But
worries
it's still
me
between
is
those two who we kill today.
what worries me is that one of them might be the bodyguard, and that's really bad because then we don't get another night
I
of
think in this
information.
case they would have come out.
Yeah, I would
Because
have said
then we
if I
have
would
a
been the
definite
bodyguard, then I would
kill.
expect Cody to do
Yeah.
the same. So
Yeah.
you're not getting like any really good villager role gone. If you kill me, you kill someone on the village team, and Cody's not on the village team.
Are
But
either of you villagers?
I am on the village team. Andreas.
One of you two is lying.
Yeah.
Or
Or
both.
both
At
of them.
least, yeah, at least one of them.
at least one of us is lying, but yeah, it's not. That's like why I voted on Luciana. For me, it was like a number game because I know that what my role is and that I'm on the village team.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, okay, who of the others dies? It's a one, or like there are like 3 more villager roles against like at least 4 mean people,
feels
and that's
like
why I voted down on
it's
Luciana.
kind of a death sentence because you're gonna get opposite teams for a lot of different combinations of people, I'm sure. And we've got some social reads on people like Flick. I am in agreement with Flick's read on Josh. I don't know. I just feel like
That's actually interesting because you said before that you were suspicious of Flick herself, and now you believe Flick that she's
I
suspicious of
nominate
Josh.
Cody, yeah.
okay.
I got one nomination for Cody.
Can I ask a quick question for Jugan?
Okay.
If, let's say, Barbie's come out. If the wolves and the vampires both would attack her at night, would the wolves' immediate kill get precedent, or would the vampire poisoning get precedent, or do they like cancel each other out? How would that work if they both?
Whoever acts first.
Whoever acts first. Okay. Yikes.
I mean, I could do it like how I'm planning on doing in Blade, but I'm not. Where it's like the wolves and the vampires attack the same person, they become a vampire. But I'm not going to do that in this small game. So whoever acts first.
Okay.
Whoever attacks first, I guess.
I'll second the nomination for Cody.
All right. Let me do this since I didn't do it last time. Everybody's muted. Lucas, want to give your reason first?
So for me, it's still a 50-50 between Cody and Andreas, and I would like to give both of them chances to have the defenses on nominations and probably decide who to kill on the third. That's would be my suggestion. That's why I did it 2 minutes before the end.
Okay. And Adam? Same? Okay. Cody, go ahead and unmute yourself and defend yourself. First minute shares, and then open up for questions after that.
I have notoriously bad reads, and I am liable to follow the opinions of people who announce them strongly. And Flick tends to be good at reads, so even though I was suspicious of her, I thought that maybe she might have a good read on a werewolf, and that's why I was following her read, even though I was suspicious of her being a vampire. So that's really the only thing that the reason why that is contradictory like that is because I trust Flick's reads, and if she's a vampire, she's probably going to try to find werewolves. So I figured, let's go off of some social reads too. That's the only thing I was trying to encourage, because mentalist information is going to be just so all over the place that we still need to trust our instincts as well.
All right. Anybody have any questions they want to ask? You can raise your hand, and Cody, you'll call on them. No questions? Alrighty.
I would have a question. What do you think Andreas is, given that you know he's not what you are? You didn't mention him in your
I'm
defense.
not sure. He could be a vampire or a werewolf. I got vampire vibes from him because he was one of the people who was kind of poking at others about being a vampire. So that's kind of where my head went to, because I think he was one of the first people to bring up, like vampires. I don't know. But that could be a werewolf trying to find werewolves or vampires too. So I honestly have no idea, but I know he's not on my team. So.
Any other questions? We're voting on Cody's life. 2 more nominations after this if you do not choose to kill them. 3, 2, 1. Four. So even, so you're still alive.
Why did you say, like, I don't know, I just thought it was weird that you didn't say he could be a hoodlum, because that was what I thought, but now I'm starting to think that maybe you're a hoodlum if...
No, I'm on the village team, and I'm obviously not the bodyguard, so I'm a villager. I really try to avoid saying that.
Someone should
I'll
nominate
nominate Andreas.
I'll second.
Who nominated?
I did.
Okay. Alrighty. I'm assuming it's the same from earlier.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
We nominated Cody.
All right, cool. Andreas, you going to meet yourself? First minute's yours.
Okay. I mean, I'm chill about this. It's a good find for Barbie either way, because if you kill me, you will see I'm a villager, and then you can next night use Cody to check against someone else. So you either find like him being a werewolf, or like find someone of another team. I wouldn't necessarily check Lucas. I believe him. I believe Flick as well. So those might be the other on the village team. I'm not sure about the others. So I'm in the village team. So if you kill Cody, I will probably die at night, but you can still use me to check against someone else. But yeah, I don't know what team Cody is on. He might be the hoodlum. After what Victoria said, I think that makes a bit of sense. Don't really get werewolf vibes from him or vampire vibes. But yeah, I'm definitely on the village team. So please go after Cody.
All right. Anybody have any questions? And Andreas can call on the person. Raise your hand if you have any questions. All right, Victoria.
I don't understand why you're saying like it's okay if you guys kill me because then you can kill Cody. Like, we know there's probably not many villagers, so it just kind of doesn't.
I mean, you lose the numbers, but at least you get something out of it and can use Cody to check for whatever his team is on, if he's not the hoodlum or the vampire, who are probably alone. But if he's a werewolf, it's a good chance you find another werewolf. So it's not as bad as it usually would be to lose like someone on the village team. I kind of just say I'm just a villager. I'm not like the bodyguard or something. It was another reason I voted down on Luciana, because she said she's a pure villager and there are only like 2 of us. So I thought the chances are she's not. So yeah, but for the
Sadly, we're out of time for Judge Judy's court. We're voting on Andreas's life. 3, 2, 1. There's only 1 vote down.
I guess the village has made its choice.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing else to say. You guys made your choice.
Yeah, I nominate Cody.
All right, I got 1 for Cody. Have a second. Josh is seconding.
Yeah.
All righty. Cody, go ahead and make your final defense. Regardless of this, everybody would be going to sleep.
I think I said everything I needed to say in my first defense. I don't think I think like I am on the village team. I think I made a good case for myself. But obviously it's a group decision, so I leave it to you guys. Yes, Lucas?
What do you think about Andreas saying Flick and me are probably good? Do you agree, disagree? Do you think he maybe is trying to save one of his partners?
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like if he like, I still don't get good vibes from Andreas. So I felt like if he were to die, the village probably wouldn't trust Flick. So I don't know. I think he's trying to take out a good role. Maybe. So maybe my initial read on Flick was wrong, and he was trying to throw Flick kind of under the bus for the village to kind of as a last hurrah. But I don't know.
Any other? All righty. Voting on Cody's life. 3, 2, 1. That's only 1 up. Drag Cody down to the gallows. Off with his head. But Cody, do not turn off your camera because you meet Death Council number 2. And Cody was a werewolf. All right, now everybody's asleep. Let's get 22 to wake up. Thank you, 22. Go to sleep. Let's get 33 to wake up. Thank you, 33. Go to sleep. 44. Wake on up. Thank you, 44. Go to sleep. 55, 55. Wake on up. Thank you, 55. Go to sleep. Everybody wakes up. Come down to the breakfast, but you find Flick is dead. But Flick, do not turn off your camera. You're the final member of the Death Council. So how today's going to work? Y'all can talk all you want during the time. Death Council is going to have full control over the nominations and voting.
And voting.
Wow.
So we don't vote.
Wow.
We don't vote or we nominate.
Do
Wow.
we know what Flick was?
She
She
died
told
in the
us.
night.
She died in the night, yeah.
But chances are that she's good because she can't be a
She's-
vampire. Because
she's
there
definitely
were
not
a vampire,
vampires, and
Yeah.
it's unlikely is a vampire kill.
Well, she was worried about Josh, but I guess
I'm sorry, but Flick's reasoning on me was flimsy at best. Adam was making a joke. I smiled for the joke. Like,
Yeah, but you know,
I mean-
Flick, Daniel, they are the type of people who still catch werewolves or other.
no, I
That-
get it. I respect Flick a lot, but like reading into me smiling when there's a joke being made is she's overthinking it. Is what I think. I will say I am concerned. Andreas might be the hoodlum Tanner, and that Flick and Lucas might have been the two people he picked. He threw those names out so that way the werewolves and vampire could kill them for him, then he could die. So
Harvey, do you have information?
oh yeah. Yep.
But it was interesting because Josh was already defending the information I got because I checked Josh and Andreas, and they are on different teams. I was contemplating on taking two totally different people again, but then I thought we might kind of get lost in and I wanted to use a baseline.
Jugan, can you clarify how the Death Council is going to work? Like, we just talk, time runs out, and then like they each nominate someone and vote, or they nominate one person, the three of them vote, they nominate a second, the three of them vote, and they nominate a third and the three of them vote?
It's going to be one nomination. They're going to nominate both candidates. No, yeah. I didn't think about that. Yeah, they're going to nominate. They're going to do it like Joseph style. They're going to nominate two people, and then the village is going to vote on those two people, and then they have the option to reverse the vote if they want to.
But
I
they
think-
need majority for it? Because it's three of them.
Yeah.
So how does reversing work? Yeah, so
Well, if they hold up two separate, that's a good question. I didn't think about that. I'll say, who's your first nomination? That'd be the majority, and then I give them time to deliberate if they want to, and then I ask for a second one, and they give me two names. That's how it's going to work. Something else I'm trying to test out.
But then we vote.
You'll
but
vote.
They have the option to override our
Yeah.
vote.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Interesting.
Once again, Andreas and Josh are both bad. I think that Andreas is the hoodlum Tanner and Josh is either a werewolf or a vampire, but
Nope.
I
I
do
don't
think
know.
Andreas is the hoodlum Tanner. I think he should be one of the two people put up because I don't think we should let Lucas die before Andreas.
I don't know who's like more important to go for first because I don't like the risk of Andreas being the hoodlum Tanner is scary, and at the same time, I like that's a lower suspicion for me than Josh.
I will say there's a decent chance that like tomorrow morning, 2 or 3 people will die because of the poisoning.
poison, yeah.
Chances are either the bodyguard's been successful, cursed is turned, or werewolves have targeted vampires, or vampires are going to have like 2 people poisoned that are going to die tomorrow, plus whoever the werewolves attack. So our numbers could dwindle really quickly.
You should definitely go for Josh. I'm a villager. I'm plain. I haven't been turned by anything. Cody turned out to be a werewolf, so I'm definitely not a werewolf, but I'm also not a vampire, and I'm not like the Hoodlum Tanner. And if I were, I wouldn't have chosen Lucas and Flick. I made the mistake of choosing Lucas when I was like the Agent of Chaos once. I will not do the mistake again, because he just didn't want to die. And usually it's going late. And then I wouldn't put the names out as probably good, because if I turn out, or if Cody then turns out to be the werewolf, then like the village would never vote Lucas or Flick out, or at least not immediately. So there's always a chance I would get killed at night. So I'm definitely a villager. I don't know what Josh is. Maybe he's the second werewolf. Maybe he is the hoodlum or the vampire. But I know he's not on the village team. So you want to keep me in for the numbers and kick him out.
This is scary because I know that 2 or 3 of you guys are bad out of the 4. Obviously not Barbie. I don't think that Flick was the hoodlum. She didn't seem at all like that.
No, I think she was good.
Yeah, so it means that
at least means we have 2 good people on the death council, which is not just
but it also means that there's 2 to 3.
Yeah, that's why
Really?
I trust
Or 3 to
Flick's read on Josh more than my read on Andreas.
Yeah.
I also felt that when Cody was nominated, Josh really made a point of he was the one to second it, and I feel like that's something he has done before when he was a werewolf. I think at least one occasion I remember when that happened.
So Cody nominated himself. A few seconds passed, and then I put up a second because I felt like that's where we had already chosen that we were going to kill Cody. Jugan didn't hear that, and so when Lucas, it was you, I think, said I'll nominate, then I had my fingers
again,
still.
yeah.
Yeah. So again, I mean, I don't know what to say. There's a lot of people reading into a lot of stuff here that is easily understood within a regular werewolf game. For what it's worth, Adam, I think your joke earlier was funny.
Any of us would have seconded. I don't doubt that there was anyone who wouldn't have seconded it, but I just thought it was interesting that you really kind of made it a point that it was you.
Well, because Jugan had already missed it the first time. That's why.
I read it as a neutral, just second. But Flick still called you out, Josh, and I trust Flick when she's good. I'll nominate Josh.
We don't nominate.
You can't. It's the death count.
Sorry, yeah, the death count.
So Flick can't be a
Lucas.
So Flick can't be a vampire, right? Because she died at night. There's no
that's
other
the only thing.
situation where
The
she
only
died.
role
Okay.
we can definitely.
So she's either a wolf who was poisoned, a villager, or the hoodlum. So
The thing is, if she's a wolf and then that's 2 dead wolves, that means that Josh is either the hoodlum or the vampire,
Sure.
so she would still go against him.
Right. I was just trying to figure out in my mind what the possibilities are. So most likely she is good because we haven't had additional kills. So I'm sure that she was the wolf target. So
I didn't realize poisoning was like a death. a night death. I guess that makes sense. But if it was a poisoning, that'd mean 2 times in a row there was no werewolf kill, which would be scary, but I'd assume that's not as likely.
Right, that's what I was just trying to figure out in my head. That, I mean, there's a good chance that Barbie was attacked last night and the bodyguard hopefully protected her, and that could have prevented a kill, but it's also possible that
and Flick could have been the bodyguard.
Yeah. It's possible they assumed that Barbie would be attacked, so they went after someone else. Who knows?
I think it's a reasonable assumption to think that someone has turned by now.
Probably, yeah.
Are you a vampire, Lucas?
Nope.
How about you, Adam?
What's that?
Are you a vampire?
No, I'm not.
I wish I had a mirror so I could prove myself that I'm not a vampire.
That was a great joke, Lucas. I'm hoping that everyone can see that I think it's funny.
Flick still not convinced.
If Flick wouldn't have voted you down now she does.
So is there anything to read into who gets nominated, do we think, based on the Death Council? Will that give us information?
I mean,
I
if
mean, I
they go
think
for
it-
two completely different people, then it's very odd.
Well, Cody's not going to go.
All right, we're running out of time in the day. So, Death Council, meet yourselves. I'll give you a minute or so to debate if y'all want to talk amongst yourselves and who you want the two nominations to be. So, I'll ask for one, the unanimous one.
You guys get to make the decision. I don't see what value I have on this Death Council.
Oh no, you can go ahead if you have any sus or if you want, you know.
I think the village has clearly painted who they think is suspicious. So, I mean,
So
they're
would
going
you
off of
rather avoid
well, they're going off of
nominating Andreas?
So if I was a villager, I would trust my mentalist and just go off of what they're doing. I don't see any reason not to.
Josh and Andreas were different teams, right? And
Yeah.
last death was Cody. Cody was a werewolf. This means they're different teams. It's a 50-50 shot with either of them. I'm sus on Josh. Can't say much on Andreas. I will say my sus on Josh is literally that small wee thing. But, I've got nothing better to go with, and people tell me to keep sticking to my guns. So I'm sticking to them, even if I'm wrong. Because apparently, if I don't stick to them, it's suspicious. So to hell with it. To hell with it. Even if I'm wrong, this is on the village.
All right.
Are there any spiteful villagers just on the Death Council? Because if they're like with me, like we could really do some fun with this.
Alrighty. I think I already learned what I would do with Death Council. As long as they're on Death Council, I'm not going to reveal what teams they were when they died. So that's what I'll do for next time. So if you reveal, give you a couple seconds to write down a name and who you want to be the first nominee. Just waiting on Cody. 3, 2, 1. Well, in this case, I'm going to roll a dice. Click, who'd you have up? Oh, wait, no. I rolled a 2, so it's Death Council 2. So, Cody, what was your name? Cody, what was your name? Barbie is nominated. All right, your second nomination. I like this. I'm causing chaos. Three, two, y'all ready? No? All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, reveal. All right, Josh, you're nominated. All righty. So we have Barbie and Josh. You're nominating. So, Barbie, since you're the first up, give your defense.
I didn't think that I would have to make one this game, but there you go. Life surprises you every time. I can't say that I'm not having fun today. So yeah, my suspicion is Josh is at the top of my list, and I find that I trust Victoria. Maybe I'm very wrong at that, but that's kind of where I'm standing. I think that either Lucas or Adam are vampire and or turned, and then Andreas might be the hoodlum. I don't know.
All right,
Don't know.
Josh, your turn.
Yeah, I mean, I'm dying because even if you vote to save me, the Death Council is out to get me. I really am on the village team, y'all. I mean, I know like this isn't a good situation. You can kill you shouldn't kill your mentalist, but I think Andreas was the most obvious choice. I think he's probably the hoodlum Tanner by the way he's acting. He threw Flicks and Lucas's name out. Flick died. I think that just makes sense. So, I mean, y'all just have to take care of Andreas eventually, anyways. I mean, I'm kind of scared of what Adam said earlier. Y'all are probably going to wake up and there's going to be like 2 or 3 deaths tomorrow, and it's more likely the village is going to lose. So, I mean, you're going to kill a villager and me. So I'm gonna vote for Barbie. It's nothing against Barbie. I do trust that she's a mentalist, but like, I don't know, because I think she's going to vote for me. So I think it's the best we can do is tie and the Death Council to choose to not overturn that vote. And we should have put up Andreas for sure. Andreas should have been the one dying today. I'm also pretty kind of suspicious of Adam, just because I do think Lucas has been really helpful and Victoria has been pretty helpful as well. So Andreas and then Adam are my twos on my assist list.
All right, that's all the time we have. So village. Somebody just joined. Let me fix my settings real quick. All right.
Just to make sure, this is to kill Barbie, this is to kill Josh, right?
Up to kill Barbie, down to kill Josh. 3, 2, 1. All right. Death Council, they have chosen to kill Josh. Would you like to overturn that? So I need a thumbs up to overturn and down to not overturn. 3, 2, 1. Death Council has spoken. Death Council, you can go ahead and cut off your cameras. Thank you for your assistance. And bring Josh down to gallows. He's already turned off his camera. You go to chop off his head. Veins come out. He was a vampire. It was an interesting day. All right, first up, let me get 22 to wake up. I think 22 go to sleep. 33 wake up. Thank you, 33 go to sleep. 44 wake up. Thank you, 44 go to sleep. 55 wake up. Bloodthirsty night last night. You find out Victoria was ripped to shreds and Lucas was died in his sleep. No, Victoria is still alive. Why did I say that? Barbie was ripped to shreds. Victoria, you're still alive. Barbie, you're ripped to shreds. Why did I say that? Oh, whatever.
Too bad. That would have been like very nice. Final 3 over there.
Truget has a target on me. Okay.
I don't know why I said that at all.
So.
Well, this is problematic. We know if we think
Andreas is the Tanner, which means he's going to vote for himself. You and me are going to vote for each other. So what's going to happen here?
Why would I be the Tanner just because I'm not the vampire, not the werewolf? That means automatically that I'm not a villager.
I'll give y'all 4 minutes to talk, and then at the end, you'll just show up a name like usual for the final 3.
Do you have any thoughts that Adam is the hoodlum Tanner?
I mean, either of you is. And the other one is probably werewolf.
Well, we don't know, because like Lucas could have been the Tanner, or
Lucas could have been the Tanner.
Flick could have been the Tanner. We don't know that the Tanner is in the game. All we know is that there's either a werewolf or a vampire.
Why are you defending if you're the Tanner, though, Andreas? Wouldn't you rather us just think that and not vote for you?
No, because we still have to think about whether someone else is the Tanner.
The problem is there has to be one wolf, right?
Yeah, there's definitely
Or
one
the village
wolf.
would have won. So if there is a Tanner between us, then we're gonna tie, or we're gonna have the Tanner win. Unless if the Tanner didn't get all the people, like unless if one of us three is one of the people the Tanner chose.
Yeah. I think we shouldn't think too much about the Tanner in this at all. because
Honestly,
it's
at
still the
this
wolf.
point, I agree.
I mean, obviously, to me, Victoria is on the bad team because I know Andreas is not a wolf or a vampire. So I know that Victoria is one or the other, so she's the one we have to kill.
That is true. That
I mean, it's between
Adam
you two.
or I, have to be the wolf. So it has to be Adam.
My guess is Cody killed you, you were cursed, and you turned. And now you're a wolf.
I mean, when would he have killed me?
Didn't we have a no-kill the first night?
Yeah.
Do you really think he would have killed me night one?
Sure.
Might be someone trying to kill Josh night one. When
Well,
he was a vampire and couldn't die.
I guess Lucas could have been. Yeah, I don't know.
Lucas
It's tough
said that
not
there
knowing-
had to be 2 original wolves, right? So
So if he was originally a wolf and died by vampire bite,
can wolves die from vampire bite?
I think so. I think they could be
Again, can
poisoned.
wolves die from vampire bite?
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't
Oh
think
yeah,
they
that
were.
makes sense.
I mean, I'm obviously voting for Victoria
Yeah,
because
I'm voting
Andreas is either a villager with me or he's the Tanner, so I'm not going to go after him. So
Oh no, my internet is cutting out. Oh. Flipping now.
And I assume Victoria is doing the same. So
When I do the wrong vote again, then Lucas will come out again. Thank you, Andreas.
well, actually, if Andreas is Tanner, he'll vote for himself.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
all
then
we,
we'll
that
just-
we get then is like a three-way tie. So
Right, but I'm voting for Victoria. She's voting for me. You vote for yourself
yeah,
as Tanner. So then I guess Victoria wins as a wolf.
but I'm not the Tanner. I will vote
Oh.
for one of you two, and hopefully the right one.
Do you have any questions, Andreas? I mean, like, it's up to you, so. Adam was not on my radar this entire time, so, but he has been really quiet, so it's not like.
I mean, I'm a little bit more suspect of one of you two, but I wouldn't say who. Because we have to vote now anyway, right?
All right, we're out of time today. Get ready, write down your numbers. What we're going to do with 3, 2, 1, reveal the name of the person you want to kill. That person is dead, and this will determine who wins the game. Y'all ready? 3, 2, 1. Tanner wins.
Thank you.
I knew it was something.
Wow.
That was a 50-50 chance. So.
Nice.
Oh.
No one saw it
It
coming.
was well played, Adam.
All right, let me do the thing. So I thought it was kind of poetic that the Hoodlum Tanner went to Adam. It was completely random. And he chose his 2 people to be Flick and Josh, which were very good picks.
Like everybody said would happen.
Yep. So regardless, you know what happened with him. So the bodyguard was Lucas. Josh was a vampire. Cody and Victoria was a werewolf, which is totally random, even though they're sitting right next to each other. Barbie was the mentalist. Adam was the Hoodlum Tanner. Luciana was a village/cursed, but you killed her first day, so there's no chance of anybody turning. Andreas and Flick were villagers. And in the first night, the wolves tried to kill Josh, but he didn't die. So I'm pretty sure they figured out who he was. And Lucas protected himself the first night, then protected Barbie, but the night he protected Barbie is when Josh bit him, so he rolled a 1 on his days to live. Andreas was bitten the first night he acted, but Andreas got 4 days to live. So he was pretty much on his last day on that day. So that's pretty much it.
Me, eh, Josh?
Well, Jugan, you should have given me a kill or like a poison on night 0.
Well, that's
A poison, not 1, you mean?
Yeah, but well, they wouldn't have died until
Sure, yeah.
day 1, night 1, anyways. So
Yeah.
I wanted to say we should all vote for ourselves so that the Tanner doesn't win, but I don't think everybody would have agreed to that.
If you wouldn't have said that, I would have known you're the wolf. No, I'm happier with the Tanner win than the wolf win.
Wow, Andreas.
I feel like I was able to.
Yeah, I could play. I could do another game if George wants to jump in.
While I was on the Death Council,
Was
because I
Andre-
got the Mentalist on one of the nominations.
Yeah.
And then I was hoping I would clear sus on Victoria by putting her name up on the second one. Since I put an obvious villager up the first time, I thought, oh, he's just going to do it again.
I wish you would put Andreas up. I was thinking that you'd put Andreas up as the next person just because everybody knew he was not on your team for sure.
Yeah, I let
This is
Victoria
my
do it.
friend
Oh.
Kate. This isn't like one night, Kate. It's like, so there's no website for it.
Okay.
So Jugan is the moderator, and he's going to send you a role privately, and he's going to tell you what role you are. So you could be a villager or a werewolf or a vampire or a hoodlum or a villager role. There are 4 teams. I know I said it was going to be a basic, but then Jugan made it more complicated than I thought it was going to be.
But they're basic roles. Only
This
thing
is
that's
more
changed.
basic than other games we play, to be fair.
Yeah.
Sure.
So villagers only win if there's no werewolves or vampires left, I believe. Werewolves win if they make up half the village. Do there have to be no vampires left for werewolves to win? Okay, so werewolves, there needs to be no vampires and they have to make up half the village. Vampires need to make up half the village and no werewolves, I think.
Yeah.
And then the Hoodlum Tanner is a special role where they choose one person the first night, 2 people the first night, and they basically those 2 people have to die. And then once those people die, that person turns into a Tanner. And so they need to get the village to kill them. But if they die at night, they lose. They only win if they die during the day. And then if they're voted out during the day after those two people are dead. So like, let's say I was the Hoodlum Tanner and I chose Cody and Barbie to be the people that I wanted to, that they would, both Cody and Barbie would have to be dead. And then I'd have to be voted out by the village to win. And then everybody else would lose.
Mentalist.
So the werewolves kill one person at night, and they just like write a name, and they like most people just like do it on their phone. So like,
okay.
I don't have a card for you. I sometimes do it on Snap and just to I put a black picture. Anyways, so they just kill one person and then they die. They can't kill vampires, so they don't know if it's going to be a vampire, but the vampire won't die at night. If somebody's cursed and they try to kill them, that person will turn into a werewolf, and they can't kill whoever the bodyguard protects. The vampires choose one person and then they can get poisoned, which means that they will die within 1 to 4 days, I believe, and they'll die at night. So they don't die right away, and they do that each night. And then there's a bodyguard who can protect people. They can protect themselves, but they can't protect the same 2 people in a row. And then there's a mentalist who checks 2 people and finds out if they're on the same team. So if you checked me and Cody, and I was a werewolf and Cody was a vampire, you wouldn't know what we were, but you would know that we're not on the same team. If I was a villager and Cody was a werewolf, then again, we would still say different teams. If me and Cody were both werewolves, we'd be on the same team, or if we were both villagers, kind of thing. And then there's a mystery rule, and we don't know what it is, but we'll explain it to you once we figure out what it is.
Okay. I will.
Can
With
somebody
we, Victoria
write-
means everyone except her because she knows the mystery rule.
Here, I'm just gonna.
Also, you have
Also,
a
Jugen.
number, so Jugen won't
Oh,
say your
Jugen.
name. He will say a number, and if it's your number, you have to wake up at night.
Jugen, when
Unless
you
you're a
send
villager, then
her
you
roll-
don't get a number.
When
What?
you send Kate her role, can you send her a brief description of what that role does? Just kind of give her a little bit of a reference just to help. I found that helpful if I didn't know a role. So
and how our team wins.
yeah, that would be good too.
But yeah, I just sent all the rules, just like a little cheat sheet of what the rules are. Yeah, so you'll have a number and then you just wake up to your number. And oh yeah, every night we just go to sleep. We all just like close our eyes until we get our number. We wake up. Plain villagers don't get a number.
Sounds good.
Alrighty, everybody got their roll ready to go? Thumbs up. Alrighty. Blake, did you get yours? I didn't see a thumb. Okay. I use sound effects, Katie, so this is time to go to sleep. This is your night ambient sound. All right. Sorry, I was answering a question I got. Everybody's asleep. All right. Let me first off get number 2 to wake up. My number 2. You can go to sleep. Number 3. Number 3. Number 3, wake up. And number 3, go to sleep. $54, wake on up. Get 54, go to sleep. 15. Go to sleep. 21. I think we want to go to sleep. All right, welcome to my beautiful village. All right, I'm not gonna do the tribunal at all. I was gonna do that just for first day only, but I'm not gonna do it at all. You get 3 nominations, or the timer runs out, and everybody just goes to sleep.
So
And you can
all,
retract your votes. It doesn't matter.
all
So-
roles did not activate the first night? Oh, no comment.
No comment.
So
Because we had a longer night. Yeah, that's why I asked.
Yeah, I feel like there was something happening, definitely.
Victoria,
So-
sorry.
We have 5 minutes on the timer. If you look at Jugen's screen, he has like a little
5.
timer at the bottom. We have, so once the timer ends, we have to go to sleep. We have 3 nominations. Basically, one person says, I nominate this person, someone else has to second, and then that person gets defense, and we all vote on them. And that's how we kill people during the day.
Okay.
All right. Apparently, I wasn't talkative enough yesterday, so I start off.
No worries, I died.
No, I always do it if we play a second game right after the first. And since Adam was the sole victor of the previous game, if the village wants to kill someone, I would suggest Adam unless someone has a better suspicion. But
I have like 10 better suspicions, Lucas. So. Would you like me to name them? Lucas,
I'm actually
number
against
1.
killing. I'm actually against killing, so I only said if the village wants to kill someone.
I don't think I've ever seen a pacifistic werewolf or vampire, so I don't know. He said he's against all killing, so.
Was there only one vampire last time?
Yes, only one.
Since there's more people, there could be 2, but
That could be 2 now, yeah. And the mystery role you know about.
I do indeed. Julian put me in a weird situation. I don't know.
No, you shouldn't
not say anything.
I think only you knowing is fine. I mean, now a second person probably knows about it. So.
Only her knowing and someone else.
Yeah.
Unless you
Possibly.
think the role should come out because it helps us during day 1. That would
No.
be okay.
I mean, since we had a longer
Doesn't
night,
seem too impressed.
It's not
maybe-
that important that that we know right now, to be honest.
maybe the mentalist did act night 0. I only say maybe, and if he did, maybe you think about coming on sharing information if you have some. I don't know.
I disagree with that. I don't think the mentalist should come out right away if they find someone on different teams. Like, even though they found me as a werewolf last game and Andreas was a villager, the likelihood of that actually being the case is pretty low. And
Sure.
this, more often than not, you're probably going to ping against 2 people on opposite teams that
But
are
it's,
village.
in my opinion, it would be still better than killing someone randomly. In this case, it would be Adam.
I will suggest I'm probably high on the hoodlums list because I did just win. So
Oh, actually, that's
that
true.
may not be the best strategy either, Lucas. So
That's true.
Unless the hoodlum wants to tell us who he picked or she.
yes.
Yeah, if you tell
Trying
us
a
you did
page out
not
of
pick
Adam's
Adam, we
playbook.
will ignore you for 2 days.
Yeah.
We promise.
You can
I
play
said
for
last
like 3
time.
days, guaranteed.
Like I said last time, I chose Josh, Flick, and Cody.
I'm the hoodlum. I just wrote myself down twice, so figure that one out, Village.
That's an illegal move.
Curious why Adam is so high on Luke. Like, I understand that he won the last game, but it's just like, seems like quite the push on Adam.
No, I'm not pushing. I just, I don't want this
He just said he doesn't want to kill him.
last second someone chooses someone randomly and then someone seconds and the person had no way to defend themselves. I would say we should just not kill, maybe. Because now we have more people, the likelihood is higher that we pick a villager.
And we don't have the threat of the tribunal.
If I can, I'd like to nominate Lucas. I wouldn't be hearing from him under nomination. Just
We got one for
I'm willing to
Lucas.
I'll second. I like a vote at least on the day 1.
Alrighty, so you want to hear from under a nomination, Adam? You want to push to stop the timer? Got it. That's why I like tribunal, because everybody's so stressed over the time. Lucas, your first minute is yours.
Yeah, so the only reason I went for Adam is because I thought maybe the village would want to kill someone if they want to, and they have no suspicion. I always suggest it should be the people who lived longer the first game than the second game, just to make it fair. So, for example, I would definitely not try to kill Luciana because she was the first kill last game. But that's the only reason I pushed for Adam, and I said we should not kill anyone. So if you want to kill, I guess you can kill. But I would say we shouldn't kill because we have more villagers now. Yeah, that's it.
I was. Are you on the village team?
Yes. Cody. You're muted?
Sorry.
Victoria's muted.
Which of the quiet people do you think, if you survive this vote, should maybe start talking first, just to kind of give us an idea of?
But everyone, I think the whole day one was dominated by me, defenses of Adam, and then you at the end. So everyone except us three. And Victoria, because she explained it to Kate. So I'll stay silent for the day two.
Any more questions?
If you let me survive till day two.
Alrighty. This is the first nomination. You have 2 more, or the timer runs out. Up to you guys. So you can vote to save, vote to
Wait.
kill, or
I was gonna
abstain
say,
for
make sure you
voting.
Make it clear. Make it clear for Kate which way is which. Jugan.
All right. Vote to keep, down to kill, or you can abstain for voting if you don't want to vote.
Oh, okay. Okay, thanks.
All right. And of course, unanimous is who kills. 3, 2, and a 1. Only 1 down. Lucas, you're still alive. 35 seconds left.
I'll nominate Barbie.
Got 1 for Barbie.
I second myself.
Got a second. Seconds or so. So,
I
Victoria,
just wanted to hear from you. And we don't have much time, so gives us time.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to go off yet. I'm on the village team. I would prefer to stay alive because I don't think that there is that many villagers in this small village. I thought that the interaction between Adam and Lucas was interesting, but I didn't find Lucas' defense in any way suspicious. So for now, I haven't found anyone I'm suspicious enough of to want to have a kill on the 3rd nomination. It might still be worthwhile to have a 3rd nomination just to get information, but yeah, I don't know. At this point, I don't think I have seen or heard anything that really makes me think vampire or werewolf or hoodlum for the matter.
have any
That's all I
questions?
got.
And raise your hand, and Barbie will call on you. If you have any questions for her.
Okay, Adam's hand was first, so let's go with you first.
If we vote to keep you alive, do you think that we should try to nominate a 3rd, or what's your
I don't
opinion
know.
on
A
this
3rd
part?
can be dangerous because people are in the habit of voting down on the 3rd, and if it's then a roll, then that would be a bad thing. But then again, more information is always also a good thing. So to be honest, I don't know. I don't have a definitive answer on that. Luciana, did you?
Are you curious about Josh's vote? As he was the only one voting down.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's a werewolf thing because it would be so like everyone will call you out for it. So I don't know if, yeah, I don't know what it means. It would be good to ask him. But yeah.
Any other questions? We're now voting on Barbie's life. Again, up to save, down to kill, or abstain for voting. 3, 2, 1. Pretty much unanimous. 27 seconds left, or you can go to sleep.
Wait, Jugan, before you start the timer, are we doing the death council thing again?
Yep.
Okay.
But the difference is this time you won't find out what teams there are.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Josh, do you want to explain
Yeah.
yourself before you get nominated?
I voted down Lucas because I thought his defense was okay, but him trying to get the mentalist to come out as well as trying to push on Adam was suspicious for me. I don't. Was that the end of the day?
Time ran out.
My God,
Wait
Victoria's
for
just there for the day.
Victoria's
Victoria.
corrupt computer.
That's fine.
Oh.
Pluto didn't want to.
All right. Everybody's ready to go. Everybody can go to sleep. Alrighty. Let me get number 2. Wake up. Number 2. Number 2, go to sleep. Number three, wake on up. Number 3, go to sleep. 54, wake on up. Thinking 54, go to sleep. 15, wake on up. Thank you, go to sleep. Village wakes up. Adam, you won a secret trip to Six Flags, so you're gonna go there and visit. I'll see you back tonight.
Let me. I need to go answer the door real quick. So I'll be right back.
Nobody died last night.
Okay. So that was the role, Victoria.
So does
It's
this mean
the old tag.
old tag?
Yeah, it's the old tag.
Okay.
So basically, the mystery role, Kate, is someone gets to send someone out every day of the village. They just turn their camera off. They're still watching us. And then the next day they come back.
And Jugend's old tag is you get sent out in the night, so you don't have a night action or you cannot be targeted in the night. So that could be one reason why there was no kill. Could be.
Oh, yeah. Or there was a curse turn.
I wasn't going to reveal that, but it's on you, Lucas.
Or there
But
was
I mean,
A vampire got.
a vampire who was picked.
do we think then that there's only one wolf? Because I mean, otherwise the other wolf, like if Adam has a teammate,
No,
then
I don't
the
think
other one
Adam
would have
was the
still
werewolf.
killed.
I don't think Adam is the werewolf.
I want to go back to Josh's vote at the end because I think we were just touching on it when the day ended, and I would really want to pick up on that again because I don't know. I didn't like it. It could be a hangover from the previous game, but I didn't like it. And I want more, basically more information.
He just didn't like that I called mentalist out. But
No,
right, Josh.
What she means is what Josh said, right? You didn't like.
Yeah, we were just touching on it when we went to the night things. We didn't really get to flash it out. I just want more information because, like,
how much time do we have?
There's a tiny little red flag waving.
Oh, I forgot to start it. Okay. So we got a little bit extra time.
Okay. So the question is still, why did I vote down Lucas?
Yes.
Is that okay? Yeah. It was the mentalist comment. I do think it's way too early for the mentalist to come out. As well on day one it is. And there are at least 3 teams that want the mentalist come out so they can target them. So that's why I was it was a red flag for me. Again, going after the Adam was also was a red flag. I'm a little bit more understanding of that, but like the mentalist thing was just, I didn't like it. There's no reason to ask the mentalist come out on day one. So, and I'm actually surprised that a lot of people voted up. I mean, I thought that would have been a red flag for some people, or at least more people.
I only asked if it should come out. I didn't say it should come out. Yeah.
I actually, for what it's worth, I mean, I don't know if Lucas is good or what, but I actually agreed yesterday with that logic that if you get an action, which I didn't get night 0, that's why I waited to come out, because it gives the village at least a direction. So we don't like accidentally kill someone who is, like a role or something. And we have something to go off. And then the bodyguard also knows who to protect. So I don't accidentally get killed in the night. And so we have for sure 2 results. So I don't think it's a bad idea if the mentalist gets to act.
Everybody check the message. I'll put a message in the whole group.
Which is just cryptic and
Oh, you're testing something new.
Yeah.
I also just want to check, Lucas, did you abstain from the vote when it came to Barbie?
Yes, because
Okay.
I was not sure if she was good or not.
That's okay, because because of the whole Josh and Lucas thing, I was just watching how you guys voted, and I noted that it was different from everyone. But yeah.
Mind hearing some thoughts from George a little bit, because I feel like, and Andreas is someone else who's been a little quiet. Wouldn't mind hearing what they think of everything so far.
Bless you. But I'll do it again since I did it night day 1. But if the mentalist got 2 actions now, you should maybe share your information with us, because we don't have any information other than that, and we have 4 teams, 3 of us which are against the village. So yeah.
See, now I agree with Lucas. So I mean, but then again, it's move on to George.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much to go on. I thought it was. I think it was quite reasonable what Lucas was saying day 1. That's why I voted up to save him. Yeah, other than that, not much else to say really. See where the week goes of eventful nights. I'm sure.
Hey, do you have anything you've noticed or you want to say?
I've noticed that I'm trying to figure out how all of you communicate.
They're such good poker players, aren't they? I mean, I can't read any of them.
Yeah, I think like I was a bit flustered at the beginning, but to be fair, Lucas was kind of saying that we should vote for him or something. But I think so far I have no clue, to be honest.
Is it the new role? The old hag? Can they choose themselves? Could Adam have sent himself out, or is that not possible?
Yeah,
most old hags can choose
And it's something that Adam does when he's old hag.
He does.
Sorry, I stepped away. We know that the new role is an old hag.
Also, Adam was sent out.
Adam got sent out.
Oh, I thought Adam
Nobody
was
died.
killed. Oh, okay.
Nobody died. Yes, Josh. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
True. You left right away. Yeah. So nobody died, and yeah, Adam could have been a target of the werewolves. The werewolves could have targeted the vampire. They could have turned someone, or maybe we also have a bodyguard. So many reasons why there were.
Is the old hag on the village team?
Yes.
Most of the time, yes.
Fantastic.
This one is.
Did Josh definitely leave after the old hag thing or before the old hag thing had been announced?
No, I think Josh saw Adam turn off his camera, and that's when he left. Yeah.
So
yeah, if the camera was turned off, then it was already announced that they were going out of the village and that they weren't dead.
Josh,
It's just, you seemed so sure that they were dead, and I just thought that it was just, it's like it literally is a split second of time because you were leaving around that time. But I'm just wondering if that was like a slip of the tongue that maybe you actually.
No, I didn't. I did not hear that there was an OHAG or that he had been sent out of the village. So
okay,
I took off my headphones really early because, like I said, someone was knocking at the door. It was someone
I can
useless.
confirm that I saw that he took the thing,
Okay,
because I looked at he was moving, so I looked at that.
It was just, it's kind of around that time, and I'm just trying to like get feelers for things.
I wouldn't mind moving away from just to hear from some other people.
I agree.
I feel we're focusing on the wrong.
Andreas.
Yeah.
Will you speak to us?
What is he doing? I nominate Andreas. Someone else want to speak.
No, he's blinking.
I nominate him.
I want to second, but
what's happening? I was just.
All right, I got one from Lucas.
I don't know if it's troll.
What?
All right, got a little chaos. So Lucas, you nominated Andreas. Give your reasoning.
No second.
Yeah, Luciana seconded.
Okay. Yeah, so Victoria called Andreas out, and I don't know if Andreas maybe didn't hear it, but he was staring at the screen, and his eyes were moving, so he was looking at something, but he wasn't looking at us. So I feel insulted and hurt that he wants to ignore us.
All right, Luciana, your reasoning?
Yeah, I actually didn't intend to, but I'm fine with it. Maybe he was picking out a role he can claim. I don't know.
All righty. Andreas, first minute's yours. Unmute yourself.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I was literally getting a paper tissue and was brushing my nose, so I wasn't even looking at the screen. So I'm not sure what I was being called out for. Maybe I'm the diseased when I have to brush my nose. This might be a case of something. Apart from that, I have nothing really big to say. I voted up on Lucas on the first day because he said the same thing about the mentalist coming out as early as possible, like in the last game when he was like the bodyguard. So it wasn't something for me that had any red flag status or anything. I also don't think that Josh's vote down is really red flag thing, because I do the same if I'm like convinced on the first day doing whatever vote. I think that is a good vote down. I vote down, so that's nothing. Apart from that, I was just happy leaning back and listening to the conversation because I don't get any vibes from anyone yet.
It's time for questions, so you can raise your hand and Andreas will call on you.
Victoria.
What team are you on?
Village. Cody.
Would you like to finish what you were saying earlier?
What?
Before you were cut off, would you like to finish what you were saying?
Oh, no, I was just saying I was happy leaning back and listening and see what information and what discussion comes off. Because I'm not a brilliant reader. I'm happy I got like good people last time, but I'm not 100% sure now. But I don't think Lucas is bad because of what he said.
Any more questions?
Bobby?
So you said that you trusted Lucas. Do you have any suspicions?
I wouldn't say I trust Lucas. I just say he's not bad because of his comment he made. Suspicions, maybe a tiny vibe from Flick, but it's not big. I wouldn't call her out on that normally.
Is this the first nomination of the day?
Yep.
Okay.
Alrighty, we're voting on Andreas's life. If we do not kill Andreas, we still have 2 more nominations or 4 minutes and 4 seconds left on the timer. 3, 2, 1. There's only 1 down, so Andreas, you're still alive.
If I want to go back to the Kill Cody hashtag, I think
Now is the time.
now it's the time.
Mostly the comment about how I'm just sitting back and taking everything in, and many a werewolf has sat back and taken everything in because they're trying to juggle so many lies in their head that they just need to get them
Do you
straight
speak
before
from
they.
experience?
Yeah, he's
I'm very clever. I can juggle all the thoughts very, very quickly. I don't have to lean
But
back.
I have to. But
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm getting a couple questions from a couple different people. So for the mentalists, if they're in the game, when I check, this means same team, means not the same team. So the 2 people you were giving me, that means they're not on the same team. This means they're on the same team. Continue.
Mentalist, in case you got 2 nights of information, do you want to come out and tell us?
Even if you're like
I
all
agree.
on the same team, that would also, I think, be helpful.
Feel like that should have been a private message personally, just because the people that you're talking to, Jugan, I feel like it kind of narrows it down to like 2 people. So I
think I should probably come out as the mentalist.
Yeah.
I think
That's a good idea,
that's
George.
the-
I was going to try to type
think
it, but every time I try to type it, it didn't sound right. I don't know. I don't
yeah,
know
no,
how
that's
to.
all right. So good. So good. I didn't come out because I didn't act the first night.
Okay, yeah.
So I've only got 1 night of information. So bodyguard, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want another night, I can tell you. Do you want to hear what I got first night? I checked.
Hey.
Jugan,
You should mute yourself in case you're phoning someone.
Yeah.
I got confused.
I checked. It's okay. I checked Josh and Barbie, and I got one good, one bad, or different teams, I should say.
Oh, different teams.
Then Barbie is evil, and we should.
Barbie
Maybe
is
you could
evil.
both be evil.
Or maybe I was on to something. I don't know.
Flick, you're reading. I don't know why you're coming after me today. You were right. You were right the first game. I give you full credit. You were right the first game. Your reasoning was bad, but to this game, if you're coming after me,
my reasoning sometimes is always bad. But people are on me for not being firm enough on things. And even if I'm completely going the wrong direction, I'm going to attempt to be firm for a couple of games because maybe it'll change the meta. Maybe because I'm sick of everyone being like, "You're great at this." I'm like, honestly, even when I'm crap. People are like, oh, well, if you're not firm on it, and I don't like saying I'm 100% on something unless I feel quite confident about it.
I would say, Josh, Barbie, you should nominate
now that I'm going to be like, hell, I'm firm.
Because we are running out of time.
Yeah, I nominate
both
Josh.
bad.
I got one for Josh.
A second.
I nominate Barbie.
It's your defense.
No, Lucas.
Oh, we're not
Yeah,
we're not doing the two.
defense.
Sorry.
Barbie, you want to give your reasoning?
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm on the village team, so he is not. So I think he is a good kill because we don't have to worry about the hoodlum tenor yet, right? That's only, yeah, we have had only, we haven't had any deaths yet. Yeah. So yeah, we're totally fine there, I think so.
Well,
that's my reasoning.
I mean, Lucas, do you want to say anything? And then I'll.
No, the problem is I trust Flick, but I didn't want to follow her suspicion on you because we had the previous game. That's why I hoped we could delay it a few more days. But yeah, now the mentalist checked both of you. So good luck, yeah.
No, and I trust that George is the mentalist. I trust his information because of what's gone on. But I am on the village team, and I am very confident that Barbie is not on the village team. That's how I know that she's evil. Or I mean, like she's either a werewolf, a vampire, or the hoodlum. For what's worth, I do think I am a good target for the hoodlum Tanner. So, I mean, you shouldn't kill me. I'm like, if you want to kill me later because you're so suspicious, fine. It's bad for the village if you kill me, anyways. But we should kill Barbie. I guess it won't confirm that I'm on the village team, but I am on the village team. We should kill Barbie. And Lucas.
I mean, if you kill Barbie first and she turns out to be not village, I think you should also be fine by dying.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to kill me later, fine, whatever. But I know I'm on the village team, and therefore I know Barbie is not.
And I agree with you that you're very likely a hoodlum tenor target. So maybe we should. I'm sorry again for Barbie, but maybe we should test Barbie first, then Josh. I don't know.
I think that's. Agree. Or well, is it his defense still? Or
yeah, it's my defense. So. Then, Andreas, do you have a question for me?
Yeah. Do you think that whoever of you two survives that George should use that person for the next mentalist check because it worked well the other game and he didn't see it?
Yeah, I'll say yes. Yeah. So you all should vote to keep me alive. We should kill Barbie today.
Eugen, how much time do we have left after the...
it just started. Sorry, so 40 seconds.
No, he means after we
if we vote him to be alive.
Oh wait. Minute 26 seconds.
Well, okay. 1.5 minutes.
So we don't have to nominate Barbie immediately.
Right away, yeah. We should let that talk for a minute before, in case we.
All right, so we're voting on Josh's life. Again, up to save, down to kill, or abstain from voting. 3, 2, 1. Kate, is that abstaining for voting? You can just put your hand down then. There you go. All righty. Josh is still alive.
Quick, Barbie.
Yeah, I really don't think it's a good idea to kill me first, because we have so many teams. There's not a lot of village people on the villagers in this configuration, and I get that for the village it's not clear which of us to kill. For me, it's very clear, and I feel also that people have voiced suspicions on Josh, whereas I was like deliberated upon on the first day, and I feel like people did trust me enough to, like most people, voted up. So I'm that's the best argument I can make.
But would you agree that he's very likely a hoodlum tender target?
I think that is possible, although I think the fact that he died early last game might also think the hoodlum would pick someone else. But yeah, of course, I think it's quite possible.
I will not nominate or second any of them. I don't want to decide it.
I cannot. I would nominate Josh if I could.
Just kill Barbie now because she's evil.
I just don't like Josh's defense, and you seem so intent on killing Barbie, and we don't have a lot.
15 seconds.
To say why we would kill Barbie. So like, I'm nominating Josh because this seems really bloodthirsty. I feel like we've more for Josh than we have for Barbie. That's it. That's literally the reasoning.
All right, I got a nomination for Josh from Flick, and I saw Andreas seconded. So Flick, I just heard your reasoning, and you want to elaborate on it even more? Or are you good?
Yeah.
Andreas, you want to give your reasoning?
No, I think he's more suspicious to me right now than Barbie.
Okay. Alrighty, so we're going to meet everybody. So Josh, once again, first minute shares.
No, this is bordering on slightly ridiculous. I mean, I do think Barbie's the better kill today. If you want to come back to me even tomorrow, fine. But like, I don't know what I can do. I'm on the village team. I know Barbie's evil. So just kill her. I will nominate her if I survive, because I mean, Flick is going to say bloodthirsty, but if I'm on the village team, I know Barbie is evil. That's what I am. What she is. That's what I know. And I agree that George should. You all should keep me alive, and George should use me to go after to check someone else. So, Flick.
Yeah, I just, why are you so after Barbie? Because there is more sus on you. There's not a lot of sus on Barbie, and you're like, I know, but none of us know, and you've not told us why you know. So like, it's not a great defense. And like, I really want to know the why. That's what I'm.
I know because I'm a regular villager. Therefore, I'm on the village team. If George says that Barbie and I are on different teams, therefore, Barbie's not on the village team.
But anyone could say that. That's like.
Yes, but like, I've got nothing else to go on, Flick. Like, I mean,
if not Barbie, who would he go after, Josh?
If it not for Barbie, I mean, I still didn't love Lucas calling out Mentalist on day one, but I mean, I do think Lucas has been more helpful. I mean, I totally trust George right now. I don't like how Flick is coming after me, so hard. So probably Barbie, Flick are the two biggest suspicions right now. So just keep that in mind, because I think y'all are going to kill me.
All right, that's all the time we have in Judge Judy's court today. Get my timer to where it needs to be so we don't lose time. After this, regardless, it's third nomination, so you're going to sleep. Keep in mind, Josh, if you die, do not turn off your camera. You're going to be the first member of Death Council. Excuse me. 3, 2, 1. Two alive. So, Josh, you're now a member of the Death Council. Nobody would know what team he's on. Go ahead and make yourself Death Council number 1. And I'll move you to the bottom of the screen. All right. Let me get Adam to come back. Hope you enjoyed your time in the theme park. Alrighty. Let me get number 2 to wake up. Thinking number 2, go to sleep. Number 3, wake up. Thinking number 3, go to sleep. $54, wake on up. $15. Give me 1 second. I have to send some messages out. All right, so Kate, you heard about the theme parks and you want to go to Disney World instead, so we'll see you back tonight. So you can cut off your camera, you can watch everything in a day, and you'll just come back before you go to sleep. That's it. I send out messages. May or may not send out messages, but the day is yours.
Does that mean no
No
one's
death
dead?
again?
No, death again, yeah.
No death.
Sounds
Everybody
a
showed up to
lot
breakfast.
like a curse turned with the messages and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, he said he's trying something out. There might be something weird going on with that.
We
Bobby, I
don't
have a
know.
question.
Nobody dies this game.
Was your number 33 last game? The first
Let me
game.
check
Me?
because that was on a different.
No, Barbie.
Me.
Oh.
They meant
I
the
think it
distance.
was 55, but I have
Okay.
used a different paper, so let me check.
Okay. No, I just noticed we had 4 night
55, yeah.
cores. One is the old hack, we know. One is George, obviously. One is the werewolves, and the other is probably vampires, so we don't have a bodyguard. The old hack will probably be instead of the old bodyguard.
That makes sense. It
Yeah.
acts like a bodyguard.
I'm still of the belief that both Barbie and Josh are bad, so
Could be.
I don't know if we
Having
want
new
to.
info from George that might clear things a bit more.
I don't know if we want to get
Um,
Barbie out because we guarantee at least one bad person if we got both.
Also, we don't have a bodyguard. We had no kill, and George didn't die.
Well, probably the
Yeah,
bodyguard.
but the
protected
werewolves
him.
didn't know
Oh, we
there
don't
was
have
no
a
bodyguard.
bodyguard.
They don't know it.
That's right.
Yeah, we're suspecting there isn't one.
That's
and that
right.
Yeah,
means-
So I'm probably dead tonight.
I mean, I really like the death council, but it really hurts us that we don't get a confirmation now
Yes.
because you still distrust me. And
Of
if
course.
we had gotten a confirmation, then you wouldn't need to. So
No, we would still
that's really
distrust it because
unfortunate.
it's 4 teams.
I would still
Yeah, okay,
distrust
but-
you regardless of George's check.
So Adam, you wanted to
Well,
say
I
something?
mean, George.
Right.
Oh, sorry,
Sure.
Adam. Yeah.
No, someone had asked George for his info from last night, and then he got interrupted a couple times before he could
Yeah,
say
I was
it.
about
So.
to say that.
Sorry, George.
It's okay. I should have probably asked this before doing it because I wasn't entirely sure if I could. But I take it I couldn't check a dead person, right? It had to be an alive person.
Yes,
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah, had to be alive.
Yeah, so I did that just in case. I don't know if this clears anything up or not. Really, I checked Flick with Barbie because Flick was so against Josh, and I got different teams again.
Barbie does not look good for you.
For me, I actually confirmed something that I thought.
Okay.
But yeah.
So
I mean,
have a
if you want to
question.
kill me, it doesn't. The sad thing is you don't get information from it anyway, because I just go into the death council, but I can try to
Yeah, the
work for
council's
the
nerfing
village
that.
on the council. So if you feel like you must,
So
I can't help you there.
Council has a pretty good amount of power as well over the one previously used in Blake's game, because they can actually reverse a vote that we do as a village.
Do you not want to kill bad people, Cody?
No, it's not that I don't want to kill bad people. It's just a valid concern in this variation of it that, like, I literally, in the last game, Barbie was a mentalist and she got on because of tying up the votes. I was bad in the last game, and so you guys were forced almost to kill whoever else was there. I actually suspected Josh was a vampire, and I was glad that he was on the other end of the vote in the last game. So I think that the Death Council does have a fair amount of power, and I just don't want to discredit that. That's all.
So I don't want to spend a lot of time, but Flick, did you have any other suspicion on Josh other than the fact that he didn't hear there was an old hag in the game?
No, I mean there was stuff at the start in regards to like the whole thing with Lucas. So
Okay.
I wrote down, and also because was it Josh voted down on Lucas? And
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure there was more than just that.
She did have several reasons.
Okay.
And then when we got cut off and went to the second day, I wanted more information, and that just kind of that timing, just it seemed like a slip of the tongue.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure we can move on. I just wanted to make sure we didn't railroad him out because he didn't hear a role in the game.
I wouldn't mind hearing from Luciana a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna ask the same thing, but I was gonna ask Andreas.
Andrea has been also.
I mean, I was torn between Josh and Barbie. I actually didn't want to kill Josh, but only because of what happened in the previous game. I had more sus on Josh than I had on Barbie.
Barbie, Flick.
Now I feel like we have to kill Barbie based on George's power. I mean, 2 times she has been checked with someone, and 2 times it came up differently. So I feel like we have to go on George's information now.
Andreas, what do you think?
I don't think it's a given based on the other game where I was checked twice against like a wolf.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
a villager. So I think we should still take the defense of Barbie and Flick like on their own merit for this and decide based on that. That's why what I said. That's why I seconded Josh, and that's why I said I'm more sus of him than I'm of Barbie, because I found her defense more in line with what I said the previous game, I think, and that's what like turned me towards like Josh.
I mean,
because obviously I was saying the truth the other game, and so I believed her more. So now, it's again like I would like to hear both Barbie and Flick on the situation and then decide on that. But I wouldn't go just after Barbie because like the numbers are so important.
Right. We had no nominations this time. We can really nominate both of them.
Yeah, and we have still 3 minutes like normal left as well.
I mean, it really hurts us that we don't know what Josh is, because otherwise I would have suggested to kill.
I would just nominate
maybe
both of them. So
the council is nerfing that a little bit now, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm definitely more suspicious of Barbie than Flick, I would say.
I don't know.
Like I brought her up day one because I was suspicious of Barbie. Like there were other quiet people I could have called on, and that hasn't left me. So.
But you voted up on me in my defense.
Yeah, it was the second vote of the day. It was day one. I wanted to wait and see what would happen.
Oh,
I will say one possibility is if Josh is bad, then maybe his teammates went after Flick. If she's cursed, she would turn to that team. So if Barbie and Josh weren't on different, like Flick yesterday may have been a villager calling out Josh, but if she was cursed and turned, because she would seem like a decent target, and we know nobody died.
True.
So, not saying that is what happened, but something to maybe
less than 2 minutes. Should we nominate both of them?
I think we should, to let them talk about their
Then
thing.
I think we should start with Flick because Barbie already had the hit. I nominate Flick.
I got one for Flick.
Oh, that's a lot of nominations there.
Who was the second?
Like
many people.
About 5 people.
Cody, me, Barbie.
Who
I
was
don't know who else.
who was the first one then?
Oh, it's important.
Luciana, I think.
Lucas and then
I have no idea. Well,
Luciana.
then
Yeah,
it's just me.
Luciana.
Yeah, I
Just
I actually
Luciana
don't-
give you a reasoning.
Well, I just want to hear from her. That's all.
Same.
yeah. So in regards to what Adam said, I have had no messages. I've not turned. I know what team I'm on. I was pretty sure Barbie was a villager. Now I'm not too sure because of the George thing, but at the same time, I don't feel like Barbie's necessarily bad. I do feel that there are some people in the village who are doing a lot of talking. So I'm looking at like Adam and Luciana and like Andreas had some flags initially, but I feel maybe more like Victoria. Like no offense, it's literally you guys are just like in the square in the middle, and I'm a little sus, and that's kind of where I'm looking at. I think they're steering the conversation an awful lot, and I don't know how Barbie feels on this, but it does feel like we're maybe missing the actual danger in the room. Either way, if I die, I would say like Adam, Victoria, Andreas, and Luciana would be where I would look. Yeah, questions?
Are you admitting to being bad because you don't think Barbie's bad and George said that Barbie and you are on separate teams?
I didn't say I was bad. I said I know that I'm village, but at the same time, I don't get bad vibes from Barbie. There are outsider roles, and Dugan has said there's going to be some weird stuff in the game. So, you know, there's this query, and there's also the old hag. So, like, there's other moving factors. My point is more, I feel like there's other people who we should be focusing on who we're not, and who haven't really had a lot of time to maybe actually have their stuff fleshed out, but are doing a lot of talking. And so, like, you know, I'm giving up my information to the village because if you're going to kill me, that's where I want you to go next. That's it.
Yep.
I don't really
Luciana.
know who to pick next.
I think Luciana was next.
Yeah, I was just because I was called out for being too quiet, so I don't see where I'm talking too much because I was literally called out for being too quiet, and I feel like I'm on your list now because I mentioned your name, so it just doesn't make sense to me right now, and I can see where Victoria is coming from. I had the same thought as she had, so that actually just I'm debating now again because you were actually not that sus to me, but now with you saying that I talk too much.
I didn't necessarily say you talk too much. I said generally in that group, what I'm trying this game is to be more specific when I feel like I need to point things out, because apparently I don't do that enough. And whether or not that changes the meta going forward, I don't know. But even if I'm wrong, I'm going to point the finger.
I'm just going to say, I
want the village to look.
I was called out for being too quiet, so I can't see the point.
Andreas, you had the question.
Yeah, basically same. You said like at least two of the people you say seeing in the conversation, like Luciana and I, we were like both called out 2 times for being quiet, instead of people like Cody who ask other people to talk or something like that. So I don't know. And you use the same arguments like Josh used, like you're the villager and the other one is not, and you kind of attacked him for that. Would you change that argument to something different then?
This is the last question.
There's potentially Barbie could be like old high or something like this. I don't know. I know what team I'm on. I'm saying that I don't necessarily think that Barbie being whatever possibly that Eugen has picked up or made that's new in this game, I don't know. There could be an additional team that we're not aware of because there is that question mark. I just personally don't get bad vibes from Barbie. I haven't got from Cody. And it feels bad saying this. Victoria just has this kind of real kind of like, I don't know, just this chirpiness that I kind of feel is just, it's really hard to describe. There's this kind of energy, like of I don't know. It's just got me looking at you and I can't explain it, but
sad to say this can't go on forever, so. All right, so Flick is on the block, so we're voting on Flick. First nomination of the day, right? First nomination, right? So you got a minute 35 after this. So vote the kills, down the kill, up the save, or abstain from voting. 3, 2, 1. That's enough. Flick. Don't turn off your camera or council member number 2. I'll adjust the camera settings so I can move you down to the end.
Kate, you should
Oh yeah,
come
Kate,
back.
come back. All right, now go to sleep. All right, let's start out with number 2. Thinking number 2, go to sleep. Number 3. Thinking number 3, go to sleep. 54. Wake on up. Thank you, 54, go to sleep. 15. Thank you, 15, go to sleep. Go wake up for breakfast. You come down to eat. You find that Victoria did not join you. She is dead, but she is now the 3rd member of the Death Council. So, yeah, pretty much 8 minutes to talk about what you want, or we can go straight to Death Council to choose.
Nothing else happened?
That's it. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. George, you heard all about these theme parks, so you wanted to go, visit Wally World. Just Walmart. They created their own theme park.
I don't know if you decide this to do it or not, but someone in the dead chat had the suggestion that once it's formed, you at least tell us, what's the ratio of people in the Death Council. So how many?
Yeah, I was thinking about that
villages?
while I was doing it, so I thought maybe after they. I was thinking more like. I was thinking after they did their nominations.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't know if that works or not.
I mean, and Adam.
I was going to say on that last vote, I was in favor of hearing from both Flick and Barbie, but then I thought Flick's defense was really bad. I mean, she called me out for talking too much, and I wasn't even here on day 1. And she called out 2 people who had been called out for. So I honestly think she was cursed and turned, and she didn't really have anything to go on, so she was just throwing out suspicions. But I felt that there was a decent chance there might be more bad than good. So if Barbie came out with a good roll, the bad people may have had the numbers. So that's why I voted down, because otherwise going into it, I was all for hearing from both of them.
I actually trusted Flick. I don't know. I just trust her.
You're frozen, Kate, just in case you didn't know.
I just wanted to hear from Barbie.
You're off and back on sometimes. That.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
so I guess
I'm all good for nominating Barbie today. It was just I was worried that the numbers. Oh wait, we don't get a nomination.
We only get the vote.
That's dumb.
Oh, that's today. Okay.
Yeah.
Kate, your
At least the mentalist is not on the block this time.
I guess Kate lost her internet connection.
Yeah.
But I assume Victoria was good because she was like a night kill. So we have at least one person on there that's most likely.
Well, there is two
I mean,
teams who kill at night.
Unless the werewolves
She's there.
again did not kill someone and Victoria was the poison kill of the vampires.
Well, they may have gone after George, but since he got sent out, they didn't get the kill. Because that's
Yeah,
the
one of them,
bodyguard protection.
But then that would be 3 nights where the werewolves didn't kill anyone.
Yeah.
One turn, I guess. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of George being sent out because even though I know it was his protection, the problem with it is that he's not protected for.
No. He will die. Yeah.
Yeah, we lose that information.
But when he gets sent out,
we could have wasted one of the kills or targets of the vampire werewolves. That's
why
I guess he was.
I would have liked to hear what his information was because I feel like he would have checked Barbie against someone else here.
But he probably would have
out...
died otherwise. So.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, Luciana.
It's nice to know that we still.
No, it's okay. Because for Jugan's old hack, it starts at night, right? And
yes, night. Yeah. Night and day.
Jugan, can I ask a question to you?
Yeah.
Are we guaranteed to have werewolves in this game?
Actually, that didn't
That's
even
a
occur
good
to me.
question.
Okay. Well, you said you were trying something different, so maybe you were trying a game with no werewolves.
No, I'm not doing that. It's nothing like that.
Okay,
It's just something I'm gonna run in the Blade game.
Okay.
If anybody was into Bite Fight, you kind of might get it. Damien's Bite Fight, whatever game.
So if Kate comes back, I would like to hear from her. I was gonna ask her, but then I saw she was
Yeah,
frozen.
is she trying to rejoin there, Victoria?
Yeah, she is. She messaged me. Her computer just completely froze.
Yeah.
Bolton Adam.
Mm-hmm.
The one suspicious thing Kate did was when Josh was nominated the very first time, where we only wanted to hear from him, she abstained from the vote. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I wanna.
Most of the votes.
Okay, I didn't check if
for the most part, I don't think she's committed, and to me, I see that as a new player.
Yeah, no, I didn't check her other votes.
So that's just something that I noticed.
Okay, yeah.
But I think for the third one, she didn't abstain though. When Josh was nominated again, she didn't abstain. No. She voted out.
She did.
She did for both.
Yeah.
Okay.
I voted up on both times because I believed him. I don't know if that's any consolation. I thought he was a villager. I didn't think Barbie was good, but I also had suspicion on Flick, and the defense kind of confirmed it. And I kind of agree with, I think it was Adam who mentioned the curse turning. I thought that she was kind of looking for things, and that was where my head was at. So I thought Josh was good. And that's
the most exciting thing in this game is now what roles is Josh, Flick, and Victoria.
Lucas does a lot of talking, but does Lucas have any suspicions?
My suspicion has been Barbie since Josh died.
No other suspicions.
I feel like
I think I was the only upvote for Flick who actually believed her, but yeah, I don't know if it was mistaken or not.
Lucas, I'm good with. I feel like I know what he is. I think.
You're good with? What does that mean?
Like I trust him as a villager.
Okay. Thank you.
Unless I'm reading what he's saying wrong, then.
I just can never read him, which might be bad for me.
I feel like I would like to hear a little bit more from Andreas if he has some input or something.
I don't hear the conversation. That's all.
Every day. I want to hear more from Andreas.
Well, he doesn't say that much.
I mean, he has been less active than the first game where we was.
I've been less active, yes, just because like in the first game I was like in the center of the information, which was quite easy just to defend myself and do stuff.
Well,
for this one,
I feel it's not that easy for what it's worth.
No, it's really not that easy, but that's what I said. Like you have to take it all on their own merit. And I still believe Barbie's defense was better than Josh's. And I agree with people that Flick was super sus, maybe turned, but I wanted to vote up on her and what I did, just because I wanted to hear Barbie and hear her defense like in a different situation than the one with Josh.
Flick is so feisty. I really think
Yeah.
I was right with
Things
my
are nice about
upvote.
the death.
I think I was right with my upvote. I feel good.
I can't really read Cody. I don't know whether he's good or bad. He just has like this lethargic vibe in this game. Like an
But
old
he's not
vampire,
as
maybe.
Oh, Josh
Um,
is ready.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know what Josh's name is writing.
So do we
Probably
want
Flick
to-
too. Flick probably too.
I mean, I'm guessing Barbie will get thrown up. Flick will want to throw me because I said negative things about her. But do we have any other suspicions to maybe
If
I mean, Andreas has
say
really
something,
been
I
less
would say
active.
Cody, but
Cody?
that's not a big one.
Yeah, Cody tried to be active at the start and then.
All right, I'm accepting Kate back in. Let me get her back in.
Do you want to give her a minute to talk just because she didn't have any chance to talk during the day?
I was gonna ask her. So, Kate.
Got a few.
Podcast.
Got like a minute.
What am I talking about again? What was that?
Luciana has a question for you, so just answer her question.
Who are your suspicions?
Right now, I mean, I missed all that day. But let me think. Like the people I was originally suspicious of are dead now, which is great. I think maybe Barbie, but like I don't really have any strong suspicions at the moment, if that makes sense. Like I had some and then now I don't have them anymore. Like nobody's really making me feel like they're bad. And I think the only reason Barbie's on my suspicious list is because of the last time I was really listening and it was all about Barbie, so I had to start thinking about it, but I don't think it's her right now. Like I wouldn't vote for her if we were.
What about Cody?
All right.
Oh.
I said one question. You trying to sneak another question in there, Luciana? Come on. Gotta get this day going. So, as I said, at the end of this day, Death Council is going to vote. At this time, the members of the Death Council are 2 werewolves and 1 hoodlum tanner. So, let's see. At this time, your first nomination reveal. I'll take unanimous. If not, I'm going to do a random roll. 3, 2, 1. Barbie is the first nomination. All right, let's do a second nomination. Three, two, one. Adam is the second nomination. Alrighty. I give Adam and Barbie a second to defend themselves, so go ahead. So Adam, Barbie, you
Do
can
I
go first.
go first?
Yeah,
who
you can go
goes
first. You can go first, Barbie, since you're nominated first.
I really like the Death Council, but I'm starting to feel that they don't like me. It's the second time I get put up. Well, yeah, I mean, I knew that they were not going to be on the village team, so this is not a big surprise to me. I'm glad that you finally know that too, because I've been arguing that for a very long time and it didn't really seem to root well with people. I honestly feel like this is not really a good situation because they put both Adam and me up, and we know that they're not on the village team, so they are not going to probably put their own teammates there. They might put a vampire in there, so there is that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm on the village team. I have been the whole time, and yeah, I don't know what to say. I think if I die, well,
You can open up for
check.
questions, so people can raise their hand. Barbie, call on them.
Luciana, you were first.
Well, considering that 3 people put you up for nomination, wouldn't you say that it doesn't clear you, but maybe we shouldn't kill you? I don't know.
I feel like we should not kill me for sure because I'm a villager, and I feel like I've really been like I've done everything I can to make that clear. I have every time been very clear also about my reasoning. I like I don't know what else to do, and I feel like the fact that they are putting me up kind of speaks to that. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. That Lucas, you were next.
I actually think you're the vampire and they tried to kill you, and that's why Oliver was also wrote down your name. Are you a vampire?
I guess that's a possibility. I'm not. I'm a villager.
Do you think
But
Adam is a vampire?
I can see your reasoning though for sure. So
Alrighty, it's Adam's turn. So Adam, you go and unmute, and I'll get this started.
I mean, I feel my defense is very similar. We have 3 non-villagers. 2 of them put my name up, including Flick, because I'm pretty sure I pegged exactly what happened to Flick. But I guess technically with the information, well, no. I was going to say Barbie might be more clear than me, but I guess not really. We're both probably either or. I will vote for Barbie, obviously. It doesn't really matter how you guys vote. It's going to be the other 2, or the Death Council, so it doesn't really matter how we vote. It's up to them. I'm a villager, so they will. I guess it depends on if there's a werewolf left. They're more likely to kill the vampire if they feel one of us is a vampire, probably because they're a greater threat to their werewolf friend. So maybe, I don't know.
All right, you
Like
can
I said,
ask.
what you guys
People
do
can ask
doesn't matter.
questions, and then Adam can call on you. If there is none, all right.
Andres.
Why should we vote for Barbie rather than you?
It doesn't matter how you vote because Flick, Josh, and Victoria are going to decide who dies.
Oh yeah, they can overturn it, can't they?
Yeah, it does not matter how the 7 of us
Never
vote
mind.
whatsoever. Cody.
So I understand how you can reverse a decision on an up or a down, but how would you reverse a decision on abstaining from voting? And I think it would be a very bad team move to vote, considering we know that all of these people are bad for the village. So why wouldn't we abstain from voting and make our own decision tomorrow? I'm sorry for the people who stuck around, but it's the only thing that makes the most sense.
That may be a Jugan question, but I would assume he'll say, like, are you okay with no vote, or vote up to kill Barbie, vote down to kill Adam?
Yeah,
To them,
I don't think
would be
he
my
will
guess.
allow
I don't know.
abstaining.
You may need to ask Jugan that to know for a fact.
Jugan, are they able to make the decision if we abstain from voting? Do they still use their power? I know that this is a fairly new system, so it really is.
The one thing I was going to change for this, so if it came up, it's the same thing if it tied. So there's nobody going to be killed, right? The Death Council is still kill, but they have to be unanimous.
Okay.
Just same thing as flipping the vote. That's how I'm changing it for this one. So like if they want to flip a vote, it has to be unanimous. And there's no like lagging. If somebody lags, wait to see first and then do it, then I'm not going to count it.
Okay.
So we're out of time. So let me mute everybody. We're voting between Adam and Barbie. Barbie is up. Adam is down. You're voting for who you want to die. Or abstain from voting. 3, 2, 1. Only one. So we're voting to kill Barbie. So Death Council, get your names ready. Or just, oh yeah, hold your thumb up. And you're going to vote yes, you want to flip it, or no, you do not. It has to be unanimous. No, I'm sorry. If you want to flip the vote to kill Adam, everybody has to have their thumb up. You have to do it at the same time. So basically,
easy. This is kill Adam. This is kill Barbie. Okay, got it.
Sure. Okay. All you're doing is flipping the vote. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you're right. All right. You bring Barbie down to the gallows. Death Council, thank you for playing. You can shut off your cameras. Bring Barbie down to the gallows. And you just, you see like burning her is not really working. So you decide to grab a wooden stake and stab her in the heart. And that does it because you killed yourself a vampire. What an interesting day.
George, you can come back.
Yeah, George, come back. What an interesting day. That's a great day. Bloodthirsty day. I think. I don't know. Whatever. All right, let me get number 2 to wake up. Thank you, number 2. Go to sleep. Number 3, wake on up. Ready. Thank you, number 3, go to sleep. 54. Thank you, 54, go to sleep. 15. Everybody comes down to breakfast. There was no kill last night.
Did
Anyone send
anyone
out?
send out?
No one was sent out.
So does
Oh, Lucas, you were sent out to the village.
that... Okay.
Oh, bye.
Sorry. I had like a bunch of moving parts in my head.
So
Kate. No, not Kate. Sorry, Cody. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, it's likely, I don't know, in my head, there's either only vampires left. And the reason I say that is because it's been a while since a werewolf has killed somebody, I think. So, and the vampires are a delayed kill. So some of us may already be on limited timelines here. And that concerns me. I'm surprised that George is still here.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
what might have happened
I'd
is
love to hear
that
his information, being that he is still here, before we go any further.
oh yeah.
Yes, sorry, I was just preoccupied because I had my Discord open. And I was afraid that it was going to pop up with a notification from the chat. Okay, all good. Because all of the people who I previously checked are gone. I just thought I'd choose 2 new people. So I checked Luciana and Cody and got different teams.
Well, I'm a villager,
Interesting.
and
But I mean, that could be anything at this point.
So,
Yeah.
oh, sorry. We can
No,
talk about
Adam.
that. No, I was going to change the subject, and I didn't need to. You guys talk, and then I'll say what I was going to say.
I mean, I'm a regular villager. I trusted Cody at the beginning because he was a bit more talkative than the previous game, but he did quiet down then afterwards. And that made me then sus of him. Like, yeah. So, but not that sus. I mean, now that you have that information, George, and I know that I'm a good person or a villager at least, that of course changes things for me.
like, I don't know. There's only so few of us left. I don't feel like I wouldn't be encouraging George to come out with his information if I was at any risk of that. I had a feeling I was going to be checked because I have been coming off as pretty suspicious. So, like, I know that Luciana is not telling the truth. And
Listen, I would have asked George as well. I mean, everybody would have asked. He is still alive, and you were the one who was about to question why he was still alive. I actually believe we don't have any werewolves left, or he wouldn't be alive. So I never questioned George, never. But you were about to.
what?
So.
No, sorry. I think you're.
But I mean, you were wondering why he was still alive, right?
Why you're cutting me off? I kind of like. I feel like what I did at the beginning was say, I think it's a bit weird that George is still alive, and then I followed up with, but I would love to hear his information because he's still alive. I also was the first person to say that I think there's only vampires left because the werewolves have not gotten a kill in a while, and I feel like a lot of us are on timelines to be, unfortunately, I think there might be some deaths coming up soon. And that's something that worries me for the village's sake. Now, I know that Andreas and now Luciana are suspicious of me, so I understand that there are definitely some people who are going to be against me here because they were previously, but I do hope that my actions today, at least, haven't been suspicious. I was the first person to talk, I think. So I have been trying to communicate a little bit more, but I just have not been like, even from the first game, I wasn't in a super talkative mood, and I haven't been the same this game.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, you weren't really on my list. I just noted down that you, during the middle of the game, you were just a bit more quiet. I was wondering why, though. But to me, at least, it sounded like you were questioning why George was still alive.
I mean, there could
George
still be a wolf in the game. I mean, there could be Lucas, and Lucas has been sent out, and that's why he didn't get a kill.
Jugan,
That's still a possibility.
Accurate?
Yes.
Did it start with 5 minutes?
Sorry, it's 6.
Okay. I wouldn't mind hearing from other people, but obviously, I think me or Luciana should be nominated today. It's in mentalist information, it makes the most sense. I think it should be Luciana because I know I'm a villager, but you guys.
It's just funny because now you trust George 100%, whereas at the beginning it sounded like you were questioning why he's still alive.
No, I thought it was strange, but it's good because I do trust George.
I'll nominate
Luciana
Luciana just because time's running out, and I feel we need to vote on both of them.
Listen,
right.
I'm a villager. I don't know.
Hold on, Luciana. I need a second. Do I have a second? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Cody seconded it, obviously. How much time do we have left after my nomination?
I didn't see. Like a minute or so.
I think it was like 30 seconds.
When I said nominated, it was at like 30 seconds. So
I wasn't paying attention.
I mean, don't kill me. We need numbers. I'm a regular villager. I honestly think Cody is lying. He was about to question George why he was still alive. I never doubted George. I actually think that we killed all the werewolves, unless, and I think Andreas is right, or might be right, I don't know, unless Lucas is the last one. honestly, there's not much I can say. I'm a plain villager. I don't have information. I had Cody on my list because he was quiet during the middle of the game. And now he's questioning George. I trust George. I trust Kate. I mean, yeah. So, and I trust Andreas as well, based on what he was saying about Lucas. That's all I can say.
Any questions for Luciana? She can call on them. All right. All right, we're voting on Luciana's life. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need 4 to kill. 2, 1. That's not enough. Luciana's still alive.
I nominate Cody.
I got 1 for Cody.
Oh, second. Just so we get this vote. Then we can go back to one or the other.
All right, you have any reasons you want to give?
I said everything I had to say in my defense. I think he's lying, based on alone that he was trying to question George.
All right, I heard Adam, so Cody, you can unmute yourself and start your defense.
I feel like Luciana's really set on this I was questioning George thing. I am often one to question why a seer role doesn't get killed in the night, and that's why I thought it was strange that he wasn't killed in the night. And then my immediate follow-up, I think I even cut off the question of why is George still here to be like, George is still here. I need to ask him for his information. And I don't mind that I'm one of the ones who has been picked because I know I'm good. So anybody he picked other than that, I'm fine with. That's why I was the first to ask him for his information. And I can't remember the thing I said earlier, unfortunately. My suspicion that there aren't werewolves is concerning because we also haven't really had that many night deaths, which to me says that Jugen's been rolling high on his vampire rolls. That's it. Any questions? Adam?
Besides the George thing, were you suspicious of Luciana before, and do you have other suspicions outside of her?
Outside of Luciana, I'm suspicious of Andreas. I had slight on you, Adam, but that's been, it was like so little, it just didn't really matter. Yes, sir. Sorry.
This will be the last question.
George,
So is that me or Luciana?
No,
sorry,
George.
I
I don't have a...
It's George.
Oh, I just wanted to, it's like a comment, okay, or does it have to be a question?
Has to be a question.
Just say what you're gonna say. I'd like to hear it.
Form it of
as a question.
Form your comment.
Form it as a question.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't necessarily suspicious of Cody because he wondered why I died. Because usually, I think that'd be a natural thing to question. If there usually is a say bodyguard in the game, I didn't really suspect that. So that's why I abstained from the vote, because I really don't know who to pick between these two. That's what I was going to say. But sorry, it's not a question. Bye.
Is it okay if I address one that I guess that question? It seems like a question. To me, one of the reasons I think there's no werewolves is because I think that George is an obvious werewolf target, and of course Lucas could be the werewolf, but he could be a vampire target, and they don't get to kill right away. So that does answer the question of why he might not have died, unfortunately. So I don't know if that helps, but that's where my head's at.
Ready. Alrighty, so we're voting on Cody's life. Still need 4 to kill. Yeah, one more nomination or the time left. So 3, 2, 1. That's enough. Bring Cody down to the gallows. String him up. Find out he's a villager. Can I get Lucas back? Thank you. Let me get number 2 to wake up. Number 2. Thank you, number 2. Go to sleep. Number 3. Number 3. Thank you, number 3. Go to sleep. 54. 54. $15. 15. Y'all wake up to find Lucas did not come to breakfast. You find him dead in his bed. Day is yours.
Well, I mean, if Cody was a villager and George's information was correct, sorry, Luciana.
Yeah.
Nothing to add. What do you want me to say?
I mean, do we kill you now or?
What is the information for today, George?
Okay, so you said Lucas didn't die, right? He's just been sent away.
Oh, he's dead.
No, Lucas died.
Oh, Lucas died. Right. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I thought he died. My information was that I checked Luciana, and I picked another person to see if I could get a good match, and I picked Andreas, and I got a thumbs up.
All right. Did anybody get sent out, Jugan, or not?
Nope.
No? Okay.
So you got us on the same team. That's hard to believe. Jürgen, can you be cursed when you have a role in this game?
Huh?
Like, can the mentalist be cursed?
Nope.
I'm just telling you what I got. My job this game has been so easy. Just wake up, get names, get roles.
Did you get
go to
cursed and
bed.
turned, Andreas, and you didn't check a message?
No. Jürgen sent me a message earlier, but that wasn't for me. He just mistyped something. But I wasn't cursed.
What do you think?
Kate
Kate?
looks so confused.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
I'm
trying to
super
figure out how
confused
this
because
is
I don't see a world where this like is possible.
Like, is there a way this might not work? But like, is there a way for Luciana to like not? Like, is there any way for her not to be evil? Like, is that even
Reverse
possible?
engineer a role.
I mean, unless there's some sort of
I mean, there's still a
Hidden-
thing somewhere
Actually,
in the air which Jürgen is trying this game. Maybe he's like playing super mind games. I don't know.
Is there a way that my information could be wrong? Like is the evil can the evil team kind of do something to affect my information, or
Yeah, is
does
it
have to be right?
like a
I
clock
mean-
tower thing that you get poison information if you would?
I
win a
nominate Andreas.
vampire? What?
Can they like mark? Oh,
Have a second for Andreas. Adam, you will give a reason first.
because 3 of us woke up as vampires last night, so we have the numbers advantage.
Okay. Luciana, is that yours?
Maybe.
Okay. Andreas?
So apparently they are vampires, and they have the number advantage. So there's not a lot for me to say, I think. So if by any chance they're lying and it's just 2 vampires and they're mistaken, please don't vote for me because I'm a villager. Kate, are you a vampire?
No. I'm a
Luciana?
You're a villager. Doesn't that mean I'm a villager too?
Yeah, that's why I was questioning George. Because I know I'm a villager, and then you must be as well if this information is right. That's why I questioned that his information must be wrong. Because I can't see us being like both, but he said you and a villager last time, it's different things. So either he's mistaken with something, or there's some bad information, or as Adam said, like you and Adam are vampires. I don't know. I'm very confused.
So are the
Alrighty.
rest of us, Andreas. So are the rest of us.
All right. So we're voting on Andreas's life. 3, 2, 1. That's enough. You bring Andreas down. Even though he's poisoned, he's also a werewolf. You give yourself the last werewolf. So vampires win.
Well done, Luciana.
George, was she very just faking being the mentalist?
Yay.
No, I was.
Let me explain what happened. Well, I wanted to try. I probably shouldn't have because it's a small game. Be better in bigger games. But I wanted to try it because the scenario came up. So basically what I tried was if the werewolves and vampires target the same person, they turn into a vampire. And that's what Damien did in his bite fight game. That's what I wanted to try. So when that first happened and they both targeted Barbie, which was a villager, I was like, I want to try it. And she turned into a vampire. Which didn't change the things. She was still on separate teams with Flick, because Flick was a hoodlum tanner. So the first night, Flick chose Josh and Andreas as her 2 people. But of course, when she died, Andreas was still alive. Which was, if Andreas was not the cursed villager, she would have won. But he was the cursed villager, so he got turned to the Wolves team the same night that Victoria died from poisoning. She was a werewolf. Josh was a werewolf. George was a mentalist, which, again, towards the end there, both werewolves and vampires targeted him, so he turned to a vampire. And Luciana, Adam was the original vampires. They were never had any sus on them. Everybody let them skate by. Lucas was the old hag, the powerful old hag. That's the reason, like, the mentalist didn't get to operate, or that's the reason I said, I think he sent out Luciana or something. I said, no, you sent out Adam the first night. That's why I said Luciana chooses, not Adam. Stuff like that. So yeah, I my little thing I was trying was probably too powerful for the vampires, but I didn't think it'd be like crazy like that though. But I hope y'all enjoyed it.
Every werewolf just nodded their heads. Yeah, yes.
Starting with 2 vampires too, though, because then 2, like, it became 4 vampires at one point.
Yeah.
I think
Poor village.
It'd be better for a bigger village, but yeah.
Y'all should have just listened to me when I died. Y'all should have just listened. That's it. Just gonna sit back here and just be like, I gave it to you. Although technically I was going after Andreas as a tanner, but you
Could
know
have
what?
listened to Cody though.
Also, us not knowing that was a possibility, like, me and Josh would have had different picks, and I'm sure Andreas wouldn't have gone after George that day.
The reason I didn't come out when it happened, it's like I would have basically told the vampires and werewolves that exactly what happened. Or I think the wolves, who got there first?
But we would have known that
did.
anyways. We would have figured that out anyways, even if you told us before that.
But that's
Poor
also what you
village.
said last game. because I asked you what would happen if they both attacked, and you said whoever acted first, and vampires acted first.
Yeah.
So you did tell us that's what would happen.
No, but he said only if they're cursed, not if they weren't cursed.
Right, and that's
That's
what
why I
happened
thought
in
I
both
was
situations.
cursed, actually.
We both
I
attacked
didn't know.
Barbie.
No, but
And-
George wasn't.
George wasn't cursed.
Oh, I
Yeah.
got you. I got what you're saying. Yeah.
So he
that
would have
makes
just
sense.
died instead of turning into a vampire, which was
So who
super
were the
powerful
cursed?
because it's a mentalist and
Just
Andreas
Andreas.
was cursed. Just Andreas.
But Barbie was targeted by wolves and vampires. That's the thing I was saying. I was trying out.
Oh,
And-
so Barbie. Oh, okay. I just misunderstood. I thought. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I misunderstood what you were saying.
So only 2 people were targeted by wolves and vampires the same night, which was Barbie early on, and then George at the end.
that's why there were no wolf kills.
The wolf, like the vampires not being able to kill that
Well-
night is really difficult for the village. Like it's a really big advantage for the vampires. I know you're thinking of introducing Blade into your next
Yeah,
one.
Blade's going to be like the deciding factor for that.
I was surprised it wasn't included in this one as well, just because of the fact that there is no ability to kill a vampire at night.
Well, that's what I'm
thing is-
saying. I was mainly thing I was trying to figure out that. So like the actual Blade game is going to have a hunter and huntress. They're going to be like vampire hunters, basically. The huntress can wake up at night once and try to shoot somebody to find a vampire. And then Blade is going to be acting like a chupacabra looking for vampires. And
I
when
think
all
there
the
has to be a bone for the wolves as well, even if you have Blade in the game. So wolves is like they basically breed new vampires if they get on target.
if I keep that variant in, I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to or not, because how quickly it turn.
You could
I'm
also
sure
just rotate it. Like first time it happens, they become a wolf. Second time it happens, they become a vampire, and just
Or just have
rotate
like
which
it only.
happens.
There's only one possibility of it happening, like one time, and then.
Yeah, I feel
I'm
even
sure-
if they would have just known that that's a possibility, it would have already changed things, because I don't think that
Yeah, I thought in the
they
end there
would have
must
gone
be
after
a
me.
bodyguard in the game. That's why he doesn't die and then.
I,
change
I'm
it on.
showing my age, but I want to rename the Huntress Buffy
Oh my god.
if they get to kill vampires. But no, I think in a bigger game where you could say start with 5 werewolves and only 1 or 2 vampires, the fact that people can only become vampires isn't necessarily a problem. It encourages the wolves not to always go for the obvious target, which then gives you real paranoia when someone comes out in a important role.
Yeah.
You go for the you assume the bodyguard's protecting them, you assume the other team's going to go for them.
Standing at the cross.